What? A resin print of the Grim Reaper doll? Wait, the plushie model? Messed up the green screen. Hi guys. Good morning. It's almost noon, but good morning. I'm really mad right now. I sat down like an hour ago and I got like most, hang on. I swear Unreal Engine. That's so annoying. Anyway, I sat down like an hour ago and I like got all like all my stream stuff set up. And I was like, all right, let's dive in. Let's do this. I didn't sleep great last night. And I went to bed like 4 a.m. and I got up at 9-ish. Actually, it was before 9. Yeah, so I didn't get a lot of sleep, but I'll be fine. The plushie, that's cool. That's awesome. No, yeah, I'm so mad I'm flickering like crazy. That's what's happening, yes. Anyways, I sat down to do this and I was watching the Bite Me Games stream on YouTube, and I was like suddenly just like super inspired, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna write a script real quick. I'm just gonna throw down a real quick script right now about early access, because someone else I watched a video on that posted something about early access, or about their game that they were like scrapping or whatever, and they were starting a new one, and they're like, we're planning on early access release later this year. And so I commented and I was like, I don't suggest early access. And then someone else replied and said, can I ask why you think that? And so I wrote this big long thing, and I was like, you know, I'm gonna write a big long script about it and just like post a video about it, because I need to make more video content, and like I'm inspired, and like I feel like I have like a lot of experience. Like I probably have more experience than most of the YouTube game devs who are like posting all this stuff about their experience and stuff, just with Swords and Magic, and 18 years, whatever it's been for a game dev. So I was like, I'm just gonna do it. So I sat down, I wrote this devlog, and it was insanely long. First of all, it was probably like 6 freaking pages I wrote, and by the end of it, I like totally changed, like from this like objective, like here's why early access kind of sucks, to like this whole like story thing where I'm like, it's been 5 years now and you're finally launching your game out of, and I'm like, where have I even gone with this? Like I just like totally shifted like the writing styles and everything, and I was just like, I don't know what I'm even doing anymore. So I finally I saved it just so I can go back and clean it up if I want to for some reason, because it was like half an hour, 40 minutes of work. And then I was like, screw this, I'm not done with this right now. I'm just gonna go stream and get some work done. So yeah, I'm mad about that. I don't know why I do that kind of stuff. I do it almost every time with scripts. The only time I can ever like really like nail down a script is if I'm doing a devlog, because then it's like I'm just telling the story about Swords and Magic, and then that's like easier. But whenever I try to do anything outside of Swords and Magic, just do game dev, it's like I just keep like changing like language or something. I don't know how it's doing, how it works. You gotta learn to stay on topic. Yeah, that's probably the issue. I think I need to start writing outlines. Like I need to write an outline and then just fill in the gaps. I think that's the best way to do it. Maybe I should just start utilizing GPT more for writing scripts. Like obviously sorry, there's a fuzz. Obviously I'll have like my own, like I'll rewrite it, you know, in my own language or whatever. But maybe if I just have GPT, like if I'm like, these are the things I want to talk about, and then like it can like give me a basic script, and then I'll just like rewrite it, or maybe a template or something, and I'll just fill in. Who knows? Anyway, I just checked and we have 54 days, literally 54 days period, not 54 work days, just 54 days period until this game is meant to launch. So we have a lot of work to do. So today, my goal is I did the save system yesterday. I now have, like, you can see my health and stuff like that is saved. Though I think if I eat some food and then I go into a level, it doesn't save that. Yeah, it didn't save that I ate that food, or that I healed. It might be a bug somewhere else. It might not be the save system. Hold on. If I pick up more loot, it is saving. It's trying to pick up loot, saving. But my health is back to 2 hearts. Here's what I think is happening. Actually, I'm positive this is what's happening. Damn it. what's happening is when I leave the level, it initializes all my stuff again and re-equips my equipment. And so it basically drops me back down to 2 health, because that's my maximum health is 2, like when you start the game. And then when I equip my other equipment, it just leaves that equipment, like that section, blank. So what I think what I need to do is whenever I equip equipment, it should probably heal me for the amount that I've equipped, which maybe is a bad thing because it means I could just like technically equip a bunch of stuff and then unequip it, and I just have like full health again. How do we handle that? You can change your max. I guess you do have to heal up, right? Like if you equip a piece of armor or whatever that gives you more max health, then you do need to heal yourself manually. Again. Oh, and I forgot to say thank you to Brendan for your sub, 47 months. Thank you very much. And I'm really excited to see the Grim Reaper doll. That'll be cool. I imagine because it's so low poly, it probably is gonna have some problems with the resin print. And I wonder if the scythe is gonna be too thin. And I'm pretty sure it's using the bone scythe, so it's probably just like sitting like flush against, like each bone is sitting like flush against the next bone, and same with the blade on the top. So I imagine it's probably not like super well designed for that. So you might have to be doing some cleanup, but that's cool. Anyway, hi Angel also, and Boss, welcome in. This is the first stream I've caught of the new game. It's such a nice art style. Thanks. I did not make the art. I bought it, but I will be doing a bunch of supplemental art for it, I'm sure, because I want to build like, I want to do like some interior scenes where it's just like inside of like buildings and stuff. And I want to make some like bigger buildings that you can like click on the doors and the doors will open up and stuff. I think. So that'll be me. I have to make all that art and I have to try to make it match this art style. Good thing I'm really good at vector art, and while this is like hand painted stuff, like hand drawn, I can very much accomplish all this with vector art. At least I thought it was hand drawn. I might have to change that because it looks like vector now that I look at it more. I'm pretty sure this stuff is hand drawn though, right? It is. It's gotta be. But I might change I might take hand drawn off the Steam page. Anyway, Steam page is set up. Where's the button to preview it? Hang on. I don't have a trailer yet. We need to get more gameplay footage in, or gameplay in, before I can do a trailer. I feel like what I want to do is get one solid level for each biome we're going to do. I think we're going to do like a swamp, a forest, mountains, winter, farmland. I wanted to do like and maybe we probably can. We might do like a desert, and then we might do like a mountain, or like a lava something or whatever. But I'm going to draw some assets for that, but that'll be fine. That's not a big deal. Anyway, intro body conclusion. Yes. Anyway, this is the Steam page. Look, we have GIFs on the Steam page. This is amazing. I can't even believe it. I'll probably replace one of these GIFs, maybe the top one or something, later, when we have more content in the game. Or maybe I'll replace all 3 of them, who knows. I'll probably replace this one too, because I think I'm going to do like when the enemy dies, I think I'm going to have them like pop up and fall on their back or something. I haven't decided yet. But I don't know, I guess I'm just poofing out is fine too. It's just the quality stuff. But anyway, yeah, like we have a Steam page up, which is great. We need to set up Steam achievements too very soon, because I want to just like build that system in and get it set up now that we're on Steam. But yeah, it's not live, but it's like done and like ready to go, other than the trailer and more screenshots and updated screenshots, because these screenshots are bad. Like this screenshot is really bad, but I think we're going to change this whole thing anyway. I'm going to redesign this whole thing and make like an actual map for it. That's going to take some art too. It sounds like I'm losing my voice today. I think it's because I was talking so much yesterday. Oh god, this low quality looks so bad. Anyway, so yeah, equipment is working. You can also unequip items now, which is nice. I think I've got all the bugs worked out for this. Oh, also the tooltip is now pretty good. We need to do the consumables today. That's the first thing we need to do. So now you can see, like, this helmet is going to change your charisma dice from a d6 to a d6, meaning you're not going to get a change. These just show what the dice is, but it's showing it in the wrong place. I need to I thought I collapsed those. Oh, I probably need to left align those. Okay, we'll clean that up. Items that don't do anything don't show anything when you hover over them. They're just items in your inventory. But like this one shows you that it's going to increase your combat from a d6 to a d8, and you also get combat +2. So when I equip this one, I get this +4, and then something else is giving me +2 in combat. This one is, well, +1, and this one's giving me +1. So yeah, I'm also thinking what I want to do is I want to calculate the difference between what you're about to equip and what you have equipped. So if I'm going to equip this helmet, for example, it says +1, and then I want in parentheses to say +1 in like green to show that you're going to get one more, like you're improving that by +1. I was thinking about just doing, like, the sword would just say +1 in green because that's how much is going to go up. But here, let's find a better example. Let's put the hood on. Now we look at this. So our hood is giving us +2 crafting and setting our charisma to d6. So you would see minus on this one, you would say -1 crafting, +1 combat, +1 shield. But I thought that'd be really confusing because then you would assume that this helmet is giving you -1 crafting, so you'd like never equip it. But it's not. It's just showing that it's going to remove 1 crafting if you equip it. So then I was like, maybe I should just not show that because that's confusing, and maybe I should just show what it's actually going to give you. And then I thought, well, maybe we just do the parentheses. So anything in parentheses. So it would say like maybe because you would be losing charisma by equipping this, it would say +0 charisma, and then in parentheses it would say -1. Because then you would know I'm not getting any charisma from this, but I'm going to lose 1 if I equip it. Because, yeah. I think that might be the best way to do it. And then we'll just change whatever's in the parentheses, we'll just change the color based on red or green. We can also do a negative on some of these, which would be cool. We could make like a cursed sword or something that gives you like a -2 charisma, but +3 attack or something, which would be fun. Like just cool, fun stuff like that we can do. What's up, Ryu? I saw you in Bite Me Games stream earlier. I don't know if you noticed me. I said hi to you. You didn't say anything back. I don't think so. I wasn't sure if you noticed me. For items that don't do anything, should have basic tooltips. So I thought about that, but what's this supposed to say? Because this game is not going to have any text. I'm going to actually get rid of these two. I need to redo this too. The game doesn't have any text right now. Just numbers. So like literally anyone can just pick it up and play it any language. And it should make sense. I hope. I'm doing my best to make sure it makes sense. But if I start adding too much text, like I don't want to name the items, because if I name the items, then I have to go translate every single item in the game. And right now, like I just like the idea that players just kind of look at an item and figure out what it is. Like I like the idea that players are just making items up in their heads, you know. We also need to make it so you can drop these. I think we'll just like right click and it'll just drop them. I'm not sure if it'll drop them into the world or if it'll just destroy them. I'm thinking about like you just right click it and it'll pop up and show like a trash can icon. Or maybe it'll show the icon, like this, like the helmet icon or whatever, and then like an arrow to a trash can, and then have a check mark and an X mark. But then like, would the check mean, yes, I want to destroy this? Or would the X mean, yes, I want to destroy this? I honestly wish that I just had a drag and drop. Like, so you could just drag these like into the world to drop them, or like onto a trash can to drop them. That would be way more intuitive. But I'm not sure what to do. For now, I think I'll just do the right click option. Anyway, we also have the save system set up, but I think it might actually be broken. So if I defeat this guy, he should have a key on him that makes it so I can't defeat him more than once. Definitely beat him. Oh yeah, it also changed that. I don't know if you saw like that. Yeah, look, I can find him again. Oh, maybe I turned this off. Maybe that's why. But if you watch the die now, it now rolls the dice and shows the score on the roll, and then it shows your bonus. So I'm rolling a d8 plus 2. And then if that's over the max, then I beat him. Can't fight him again until I mouse off, which is fine. Let's just double check that that's working correctly. Level test, I think? Yeah. Let's see. You have a challenge. Repeatable. Okay, yeah. So let's give him a challenge ID. Let's call it Bandit 01, I guess. And destroy when defeated. So when I hit play, boom, he's defeated. Should poof out. Okay, and if I head back to the map and then I head back in there, he's gone. Cool. So the save system is working. So we need to fix the health. I think we're just going to save the health. So whenever we update our health, we'll just save it. And then after we've equipped our weapons, then we'll just set the health to what it's supposed to be and then update the HUD. Okay, let's go fix the health first. And then we'll do the tooltip issues and then whatever we have to do after that. We also need to set up the little like bar at the top that shows which items you have, because I've also got this set up. Oh, wait, not that. If I press escape, I can go back to the main menu, which goes here, which is very much needs like some polish. But these show a percentage right now, and these are working. It shows how many items you've collected out of all of the items total in every level that you like are your goals to like collect. So you can see like a game percentage, like if you've completed the whole game or not. And then I think we're just going to keep the save game 1, 2, and 3. I don't know what else to call it. I would like a better thing than 1, 2, and 3, but I think it's fine. Oh, interesting. Oh, right. This makes sense, actually. Let's actually test this, because I've not tested this yet. Let's get this. I didn't equip it. Got it. Okay, we equip those. Cool. And now let's head back to the map, I guess. And go to, yeah, see, I got my full health back because we're initializing. I think we're loading and initializing with full health every time. So we need to fix that. Let's go back to the main menu and let's load in save game 2. Okay, everything looks right. Let's go back to the main menu and load in save game 1. Yeah, it's working. Cool. Let's head back into that level, and it's like I can I got his quest is done, but I can challenge her again, and I shouldn't be able to. That might just be not set up correctly. Recent levels, village, save selected. Challenge. Destroy when defeated. I don't want that. But I don't want repeatable either. So, oh, but she needs a 90. So this is going to be village underscore. This one's going to be like more permanent. So we'll name it like the name of the level and then the character in the level, I guess, or something. Little girl, I guess. I think she's supposed to be a little girl. So when I hit play, this automatically loads up my debug save, which is not selectable here. So I have to go into here and actually like load this save if I want to do that. Okay, so let's beat her now. Cool, got another hood. This is why we need to be able to remove items in case you get duplicates or whatever. Because like, especially for equipment like and consumables, you might get like 100 apples and be like, oh my god, I don't have room to pick anything else up. I can't heal myself because I'm full health. So what do I do with all these apples? I have to trash them. How much am I selling it for? Right now, I'm aiming for $8, like $7.99. That's my goal price. I think we can get enough content in like high enough quality to make it $8. But I will also take everyone's feedback into account when we launch the demo. If the demo like comes back like with really good feedback and a lot of people like the game, we get a lot of people in the Discord and everyone's liking it, then we'll probably go with $8. But I'll have to ask people, I guess, what they think. What do you think, Ryu? Based on like first thoughts, like what you're looking at, how much would you buy it for? Or how maybe you probably wouldn't buy this, just making an assumption. But how much would you sell it for? Okay, she's good. Let's go back and load this game. Okay, main menu, load this game. 5 to 8. 8 is top notch. I had so much fun. Graphics style are amazing, so you got that going for you. Just need gameplay which looks smooth. Yeah, I think it's feeling very smooth so far. Cool, yes, that's working. It's so weird working on a single player game because like it's just so much easier. It's so much easier. It's so easy to just be like, I want this thing to do this, and you just do it and it works. Like when I needed I was setting up my save system yesterday, or my the tooltips yesterday, and I had to kind of rewrite some of the code because I wanted to set up multiple quest items, and so I like rewrote some of the code in there. And I needed to like set a value or something. So I just grabbed like the player controller and like set the grabbed whatever was in like inventory or whatever and set the value on it. And I was like, in multiplayer, I'd have to write a whole RPC for this just to make this work. And this would be the dumbest way to do this because like you don't want to like access, like it just would have been a bad way to do it. And it wouldn't have worked if I did it the way I did it. And in single player, it just works. It's like no one's checking your work in single player, and it feels like, yeah, it feels sort of like you're making something for yourself in single player, and when you're working in multiplayer, making stuff for multiplayer, it feels like you're always at the whim of like the server, right? Like you're making something, but you like always have to like hand in your work to the server to have it check and be like, yeah, you did that right, it works, and you're like, okay, phew. But when you're doing single player, it just feels like you're just doing it, and it's always gonna work. Like it's just your own thing. It's so weird. That's what UMester said too. Yeah, it's like, yeah. Okay, so Ryo, I have a question. You said 5 to 8. 8 is top notch. I had so much fun. Are you saying $8 would be top notch, meaning like, oh, I had so much fun, this was worth $8? Or were you saying personally that you played it and had so much fun? Because I don't think I gave you a key and I need to send you one. Do you want a key? I don't think I should pull them up on stream just in case. Yeah, exactly. Top notch. Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought you meant. Yeah, I will send you a key so you can try it. There's only 3. Well, actually, not even that. In fact, I need to upload a new build. We might do that today. It takes like 2 minutes to package this game, and it's like, what? It's so weird. I think UE5 is faster to package than UE4 was, and it's also so small that it just packages so fast. So I was able to just like churn out packages the other day when it wasn't working, to get like Steam set up, and it was crazy. I think there is an argument to selling it for 10 to 12, so you can go deeper discounts and count more on Steam events for sales. That's not a bad idea. Hideout, who are you? Well, there needs to be like a previously. You're a mod, so I'm wondering why I don't recognize your name. Prestige, got it. You probably told me this before, and I forget. I have the worst memory, so. Okay. Anyway, yeah, I think there's a good point there, and I think I could see that. It depends on how much content there is and how polished it gets. But I think personally, this is a game that I have only spent a couple months on, and I will only spend another month and a half on, before it's like gotta just be like polished up and like shipped out basically, because we have 54 days till launch that's March 4th, but we're trying to get into Steam the next fest for the demo, which means I basically want the game done by then, and there should be a demo version of it as well done by then. So I got to get 2 versions of the game essentially done at that point, which means I do need to set up some demo lockout stuff, that's honestly like an hour of work, if that. That should be pretty easy. But yeah, so like we don't have a whole ton of time, and I would feel pretty guilty going over $10 for it because I didn't spend a ton of time on it. But also, I also believe that being highly available to like tons of players, like I think the reason that Vampire Survivors went like just blew up because it was like $3 or whatever is because like no one would look at that price and be like, I can't afford that right now, you know? Like I'm sure a lot of people looked at it and went, this art style, no, I don't think so, I'm not my cup of tea, right? But no one looked at it and went, I can't afford it. Like that was always like a personal preference, like when it came to like the buying that game. And I think because of that, because so many people just gave it a shot because the reviews and stuff, it was just so accessible that like everyone spent $3 on it. So I feel like if you're under like $10, for me anyway, at least like where I'm at in life, it's very easy for me to look at any game that's under $10 and justify buying it pretty much any time. Anything over $10, I have to actually like think about. Right? Like there's anything over $10 and I'm like, I don't really need a new game right now. I'll wait, I'll wishlist it. I'll see what happens. But anything around 10 or under $10, I'm pretty much, if I like it, I'm probably going to buy it right then, pretty much. I was moving Jana's things around on her level to make layering work better, and felt guilty. There's actually some weird layering issues with this. Actually, where was it? Was it this guy? It seems fine now. I thought he was like behind a barrel or something. He seemed working just fine. So maybe it's fine. Maybe it was an apple that fell out of a tree there. Whatever. Anyway, okay, let's get the health thing situated. So, what do we need to do? Let's go find our save game, which is under our game instance. I moved your box. It was having a layering issue because I set the layering thing up on it. It was like going behind things, so I had to pull it forward to make it so it sit on top. Sorry. I just popped in and heard you moving my stuff. Look, I just pulled this box. See this crate right here? I had to pull it forward in the level. Looks the exact same when you play, but it had to be this axis had to be pulled forward because it was sitting back here, so it was behind this one, so it kept popping behind that crate. That's all I did. Look, still looks practically identical. It might be a little bit off. Stacking stuff like this is difficult in this perspective. I want to put a big timer on the screen, like above my head or something, or right here or something, that says 54 days and is like counting down to launch, because I feel like that would light a fire. Because I remember every single time I went live. Anyway, game instance. Save game. We're getting player save data and saving it. Okay, so as long as it's in the player save data, which has... who knows in it? Break. Inventory, quest completed, progress. Okay, so I need to add something to the struct. Okay, so we got to save everything. Swords of Magic also does not save current health. You just start back with full health. But the problem with, like, that's okay in Swords of Magic. The problem with this is that because your full health changes and you switch between levels and they keep loading, that's going to feel bad if you keep losing health. I think this starts at 4. Check that out. And now if I do Control-Shift-S, it's going to ask me to save everything. I'm going to not do that. I'm going to restart the game. Don't save. I think I'll fill in the level more tomorrow morning. Maybe today, if I get time, I'm going to finish the design. Yeah. Well, you got 54 days, Jana, to finish that level and like a dozen more. I think we should try to do like 5 levels in each biome, which would mean like 25 levels, I think, total. And we could probably do more. We'll see. I haven't made a game that like has levels in so long. Okay, that's fine. So now we just need to be saving that. So whenever our health changes, let's go to player, character. Actually, I think it's under stats. Player stats. Change health. We do nothing if player is dead. Let's leave. Oh, that's okay. I do need a sound effect for when we heal. Let's just call, we need to save the game here, but we need to set, we have player stats here, but we need to get our get player controller.
Cause you only got 54 days, $1 a day.
Because I've only got 54 days. Oh, Ryu, thank you so much for the $54. That's crazy. Are you going to give me $53 tomorrow? I won't stream tomorrow. Wait, it'll be, I don't know, some math. No, thank you so much. I appreciate that. So we had the PAX booth up here, but we're just barely chipping away at that. And I think I've just decided that right now I don't want to do PAX for Swords Magic. I really did want to do it, but like, I just don't think it's worth it. And like, I'm not even working on the game right now, so I would feel really guilty, like, keep asking for money for packs. So I thought the one thing we definitely need right now is music. And so I was looking into buying some music, and I was looking into like something like Artlist, or there's another one I can't remember what it's called now. I was looking into it, and I actually reached out to them and asked them, and I had this epiphany that I realized that if you're buying music, even if you get the license for it, and then someone streams your game They don't have the license for it, so they're going to get a copyright flag. So we can't do that. I have to just get custom music made or make it myself. Like I'm not going to jeopardize any of my potential players like social media channels or their income to play my game, because I just feel like that's a quick way to just kill your game. You know what I mean? You got copyright hit for playing during the jam, for the jam games. Yeah, so like, and it's not really the devs' fault. I mean, like, it is because they didn't think it through like I did, I guess. But like, it's not really their fault. Like, it's just the way the stupid music industry works now. Is like, you know, God forbid you hear your song somewhere out there. And I get it for like really big artists. Like if you're, you know, Jay-Z or something, like, sure, you know, I get like protecting your copyright or whatever. I get that. But like, why does everyone and their dog need to be copywriting or like protecting this stuff? It's not that big of a deal. Like, I've literally been like I've had copyright claims on my like YouTube videos where I've used like 10 seconds of a clip of a song or whatever. And it wasn't even like a famous song. It was just like a whatever, like a random like background music song or whatever. And they saw that, so they took all the revenue. And it's just kind of like, that's mind blowing to me. I've talked about this a million times. Like 10 seconds of like a 20-minute video, you know, is such a small percentage. And then you have to consider the fact that that music is only like a small percentage of what the audience is actually even like consuming. So like, let's just hypothetically say that you're doing audio video, so it's 50%, right? So 10 seconds of a 20-minute video is like 0.5%, I think. I could be wrong. I'm not good at math. No, it's not. That's not even close. Whatever it is, it's a small percentage, right? And then you take that, cut that in half, because you're only getting the audio. It's not like you're not like you're copyrighted their video too. I guess you could, but I didn't in this case. Yet they get 100% of the revenue. It's just, I just can't see how lawyers have not just had a field day with YouTube yet over that shit, because that just seems so mind-blowing to me. I don't get it. In the future, no sound for the games. Yep. Yeah, so that's a big concern of mine. So it sounds like we're doing a custom track. Obviously, I want to work with Landon again. The problem is that Landon is really high quality, and I love his stuff for Swords and Magic, and I would love to work with him again. He did a track for a game jam a while back that he obviously did for free, and it was amazing. And I really want to work with him again, but I cannot afford him right now. And so, like, that's why we have the donation goal. If we get $300, maybe I can afford a couple tracks from him. I think that'll cover 1 or 2 tracks if we're lucky. Not even 2 tracks. Depends on, they got to be longer tracks for this game, because it's going to be, oh, maybe they don't. I don't know. We'll see. I guess I also need to figure out if we're loading between levels, can I keep music playing between those? Because some of the levels might be pretty fast. Now it'll be fine. It'll just fade out the track, fade it back in. 3-minute loop with randomization. Yeah, maybe. I think he's $200 per minute. So I will get a minute of track of music. It's a lot. I actually don't know what his prices are right now. I've paid him for tracks recently, but I think he's kind of like, I think I've locked in his price for Swords and Magic, so I don't think he's changed it. And he might stick with that same price for me, but I feel like he's gone up. He has a couple more games under his belt now, so he might have changed his prices. Ask for a discount. He honestly, because Swords and Magic has been in a rough spot, there's been several times now where I haven't had the money to pay him up front for tracks that we needed. So he's been very lenient about it. So the last thing I want to do is ask him for a discount. But maybe he would rather give me a discount than me go with someone else for cheaper, right? So maybe I'll talk to him. I'll message him and see what he says, because I'd much rather work with him, you know, than anyone else. I don't want to find out the hard way that someone else, when I only have 50 plus days, you know, to get this done, find out the hard way that someone else's music sucks, or they've got it, or they've stolen it or something, or it's been, you know, copyrighted or whatever. And then, yeah. And he is very nice. Landon's actually really amazing. You can buy music that isn't DMCA protected for games. I imagine you'd find a lot on Fab, for instance. Maybe. Here's the problem with that, Prestige, and I don't know if this is true, but I've heard stories about people who have bought that music, like they bought the license to use it for their game, and then they have turned around and submitted it for DMCA like claims for themselves because they're now using it in their game, so they have taken like the rights for it, which is illegal or should be illegal and against the license of the music, I'm sure, but no one is like able to stop that from happening. I watched a whole video on it, and yeah, it might have been, you know, a bit alarmist or something, I don't know, but like that's, I don't know, I just don't know if I trust it, you know. I mean, I don't know how to check it, you know. Like I guess I could go upload a video and see if it gets copyright claimed. There's probably places out there, probably true. There's tons of just stolen content on Fab too. True. Yeah, and I'd rather just do custom because I feel like we're not using custom art already, so I'd rather have like something custom in the game, you know, other than just code.
Done.
Ryu? Dude, what are you doing? Discount for the Kindred, and then another $46 to pay off music. Ryu. Dude. How did I miss the $100? Oh my god, thank you. Well, there's the music. Anyway, yeah, I put $100 of the whatever money we had from the Steam booth toward it, or the PAX booth, I mean, into the game music, just because I thought we'd just move that money over. So anyway, thank you for the investment. I don't know how you're investing in it, but I don't know how you're gonna make your money back, but thank you. You're nuts, man. Well, there's music done. All right, well, some music anyway. That'll cover. I think if I find another artist, if Landon is not willing to budge on his price, which is understandable, and I wouldn't blame him, I think we just need like a save health function, actually. Anyway, that'll probably cover a couple tracks from at least like 2 tracks from another artist if we need to, or another composer. Oh, what am I doing? I need to go back. Get save data. So this is where I can just do a set member. This would never work in multiplayer. I mean, like, I guess you could do it if you're doing it on the server, but like moving data from like a client to the server is annoying in multiplayer. Cool. You don't actually need this current crystals thing anymore either, because we are now calculating that on the fly, but it's fine. We'll just leave it there just in case. Oh, and then we need to call a save game. And this will grab this save data from the player controller, I believe. Yep, and then save it. Okay, so now let's test. Well, no, actually, there's probably one more thing we need to do. We need to, when we actually set up our I think it's on player controller. Yes, we initialize stats. Which we did. We have current health now. We can set this here, even though I don't know if it's going to matter. This might actually be all I need to do. But I don't think so, because I'm pretty sure player inventory is then initializing equipment. So I need to update my health. So I just need to do modify health. Probably. change health. Oh, yeah. This is the delta though. I don't want to do the delta. I need a set health. What is this doing? Oh, and I also don't want to save the health when I do that. Just get the health bar and do update health. I have a init health. Player stats. Okay, no, this is just gonna work. Well, I guess it depends on when. Let's see, this is initialized stats. When am I initializing health? Init health is happening on modify stat. Let's just test it. Maybe it's just working. We have 2 out of 3. Can we heal? That saved. It worked. Let's go. Wait, hold on. Let's go here. Unequip all of our gear and challenge this guy. Uh-oh. I took damage, but didn't take damage. It's not actually working. Oh, I know why. It's because I unequipped my gear, but it didn't change my max health. Oh, and then taking damage is not saving, probably. Is that what happened? Let's test that again. It did save. Is it just a visual thing? Really? Quit. Roll lower. Thank you. Yeah, it's just the visual. Ah, this is annoying. What'd I miss? Show me on the dev doll where multiplayer touched you because you got trauma, bro. Dude, it's so much work. I don't think it's trauma. I think it's more just like, it's not that I hate multiplayer. My next game I plan on doing multiplayer. Like I 100% have no problem like building multiplayer games. It's just when you switch from multiplayer back to single player, it's like going to easy mode. It's just so much easier. What's up, Alf? Welcome in. So I will tell you the game it's linking right now is for Swords and Magic, not this game. This game I'm still waiting for the Steam page to go live. I got denied yesterday, and I resubmitted already. Kind of frustrated. I went through Jonas Tyroller's Steam page for oh shoot, what's it called? His strategy game. Someone will tell me. You guys know what it is. Anyway, and I would basically just like ripped off his Steam page and just like stole his concept, like how he had everything laid out. I kind of just stole that for the About Me section. and did my own thing like that. And then I was like, cool, and I'll put some GIFs in, and I put some GIFs in. But I didn't have the GIFs in yet because I was still waiting to get them, because I wanted to wait until I had like the trailer and pulled the GIFs from the trailer, but whatever. I ended up getting them anyway. So I didn't add like a features list or anything. I just copied what he had basically, and then obviously filled in with my own information instead. And I submitted it and I got denied, and I was like, okay, because I didn't have a feature list and I have enough information about the game in the about the game section. And I was like, I literally have the same amount of information about the game as Jonas Tyroller does, and his game has sold millions of dollars. Maybe not millions, but hundreds of thousands at least of dollars worth. And I just thought it was pretty funny that I got denied for that. But I went in, added more information, and if I feel like it later, I might remove it. But I probably won't. It's just added a feature list at the bottom of the thing, and that should be plenty of information now. I added a little more stuff in there too, and I added the GIFs in there, so it should be plenty of information now about what the game is. The game is not that complicated. It really does not need a feature list. There's like 3 features in this game. You can do combat, you can do quests, you can pick up loot, you can click on things. That's like all the features in the game. It's just so simple. New game, Steam page is currently under review to be published. Yes. What's up, Stixers? It is a new game. It is called Seeking Adventure. There is like literally nowhere to follow it right now. You can join our Discord, and the Discord channel will be live the second the Steam page goes live, and we will start pushing it and promoting it. So you'll probably hear about it then, from somewhere. Are you the player fighting the people you're clicking on? Sure. 2D and Unreal. This is my kind of stream. What's up, Patrick? Yeah, I don't normally do 2D and Unreal. I actually am a 3D artist, and I really like doing 3D. And I told Jana like a couple days ago, I was like, I think 3D is just my jam, and I don't think I'll do another 2D game. As much as I love the idea of it, and my roots are in 2D, I did 2D games for like 15 years until I got my degree in 3D art, and I switched to 3D and Unreal Engine. I just don't think I'll ever do another 2D game again. I really like pixel art, but I haven't done it in years, so I'm like really rusty with it. So, and I did vector art a lot of the time in my 2D stuff. So this kind of fits my style more. I've always just had this idea that I wanted to just like make a game with like doodle, like simple art, like just little sketches or whatever. And so like this is scratching that itch for me, so I can finally just get that out of my system and move on. But I think the next game we're going back to 3D for sure. But yes, this is 2D, and it's a little bit of a headache, and I'm definitely doing some annoying things with it that I probably wouldn't recommend people do. Like this is all 2.5D. The reason for that is because I'll tell you the actual reason. Because I could have just put this all on a flat plane and just like layered things, and it would have been just fine. But the reason I'm doing it is because I wanted to use 1, the foliage tool. These are all foliage. And 2, I wanted to use physics. Because when you click things pop out, and I didn't want to animate that. I like looking at it now, I'm like, I could have just made a curve and like bounced it out. It would have been so easy to do. And I could have controlled like exactly where it went and everything. And I didn't do that. I wanted to use the physics, and I don't know why, because it doesn't even look as good. It would look so much better if I did it by hand. But yeah, I just wanted to use physics, and so that's a big reason. But the foliage tool also, I don't think you can paint foliage in like a 2D space like that. I mean, I probably could have, but it would have been all on the same layer, and then I wouldn't be able to like layer foliage, like layer these things like this. So, and I had to build, so I built my own custom thing that's running on EventTick, which is probably a little expensive, but it's a layer switcher. It's a component. I snap it on everything in the level that I want to work, and then I actually have this thing which I can plug in and plug in. No, not there. And hit play. Nope. I guess it's not working. Used to work. Maybe this needs to be plugged in too. Oh, it's probably because I changed. Oh, there it goes. This shows the layer that everything is on. So I basically just ordered everything from way up here. It's like layer 1 is like up here somewhere. And we're getting all the way down to 32, 70, and 90. So it goes all the way from 1 to 100. So everything is on its own layer based on the y, or well, I think it's x coordinate, whatever. It's pretty simple, but it just changes the sorting priority, and that's how it's. I would have done the exact same thing with like a 2D game. And the reason for this is because when you get to certain angles, Unreal Engine should already like do this automatically, but when you get to certain camera angles, even in orthographic mode, which I am just baffled by, these guys also move as they're going up and down, but their thing flips because I wasn't bothered to keep that straight. But anyway, at certain angles, it changes the sorting priority because it's like the camera is like seeing it at a different angle, so it like sorts something like in front of it, like it just keeps snapping it in the wrong place. And so I was like, well, this is stupid. So I just am like forcing the sort priority, and I turned off the like auto sorting on the camera. So yeah. It's kind of dumb, but it is what it is. No, I don't want to check this. Anyway, what were we working on? Oh, health. Okay, so we need to wrap our head around this. You're talking close to realistic 3D? Oh no, stylized. If you check out, well, there's a good example of some art style right there that I just linked. But if you check out my Steam page for Swords of Magic and stuff, this is my game, and this is like, I very much prefer stylized. I have an idea for a game that I want to do sometime soon that would be, think like almost like Overwatch stylized, but not quite. Somewhere around there, but like kind of like cartoony, like stylized cartoony, like lower poly stuff. But I can do realism too. My because I went to school for it. That's what I learned. And then really like when you do 3D art, you really like want to learn pretty much everything. You want to learn like realism first, and then you can take that realism once you understand like the basics of it and stylize it as much as you want, because you like understand the core forms and like functionality of like the shapes and everything, and like the whole, yeah. And then you can really just make your own style from it once you understand how it works. But yeah, I'm very much into like more stylized stuff. Tried to make something multiplayer once, couldn't get separate names showing, so I gave up. Yeah, Angel, it's a mess. It's a lot of work. You understand the rules that you can break and how to break them usefully. Exactly. What? Who is that? What's that quote from? Who is that quote from? Okay, so we need to initialize. We're only initializing health when we modify stats, meaning, which is weird. We shouldn't be doing like this. Also, actually, maybe we're not. Yeah, that's the only place we're doing it. So that's the problem. I think we just need to init health on. We init stats probably. And then by retaining the current health, what are we doing? We're not setting it. Oh, I see. So what we're doing is we're just setting the current health. This is initializing max health. This is probably fine though. Let's test it. That worked. We have the right health here. I think there's another issue where we are not setting, we're not clamping our health when we lose our health. Okay, this is all working. Let's go back and load a different game. Okay. Yeah, okay, it's working now. Okay, we got it. But yeah, the only issue now, I think, is if we equip a bunch of stuff. like that, and then we heal up. Now we're full health again. And then we unequip something. Well, first of all, it didn't even change our health. We didn't lose our max health. Probably because it's just not being... We're not initializing health when we... That still didn't do it. I thought we were doing it when we modified stats. I do a lot of this where I'm like looping through everything. And then I've since I've done all these, I just put in like a get stat thing that just does that and then just reports the stat, and that would be so much better in like all these places. I mean, it does the same thing. It's just I rewrote the code a bunch and I shouldn't have done that. This looks so confusing. I'm glad I commented it though. Is this not working when we unequip things? Yeah, like, how do I have max health 3 now? Am I saving my max health? No, we're just saving and applying the current health. Which means I must have somehow... Six. What? Okay, that checks out because I have +2 now. +2 would give me 1 full extra heart because it's +2 would be 2 +2 health, so I have 4. +2 is 6. Checks out. If I unequip it, this should be 0. +4 is 4. Max health is 4. And I'm retaining current health, which means I'm not setting my current health. I need to check to see if this is less than my current max health. If it is, then I need to set the current health anyway. Or we just, at this point, we just set the current health to clamp and not worry about this. Well, because I did an update. I don't think there's a situation where I'm modifying the health where I don't want to do this. I'm only using this in 2 places, I think. so let's just do this. We really don't need to worry about this Boolean. I don't think it's important. And what we're going to do is we're just going to set the current health to current health clamped to this. So no matter what, I can't get over max health. So if we modify our health down, yeah, I know. Okay, so now we have 2. We equip this, we have 3. Kept our health as it's supposed to be. And we unequip it, we have 2 again. Okay, and now we unequip this, we take some damage. Okay, it takes some damage. Cool, still good. Now we need to heal up. Unequip that and then equip it again. Perfect. I think we're good. If we heal up, and then we unequip this and we take damage. Perfect. All right, we're all set. Health's good. Okay. What are you checking for before you set it? Not sure what you mean, but it's working. Don't know if anyone has ever said it before or not. I just pulled that out of thin air. Oh, I love it. Went to school for graphic design, so it made a lot of sense to me. Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, David Carson said something like that quote before. That's where I got it from. Hi, Oob. Welcome in. But yeah, that should all be working now. So the next thing is going to be, let's set up our, let's close all this and let's open up our tooltip. We have a widget switcher here and we have an equipment box. We need to make another vertical box. This is going to be called our consumable box. If you guys can think of something to put on a tooltip for the non-usable items, then great, but I just don't think it needs a tooltip. I think it's fine. And then we go in here and we do grab our widget switcher, set index to 1. We should never have to switch it back, so I don't think I need to worry about ever switching it back to 0. And then we're going to loop through these buffs and we're going to add them to that vertical box. The thing is, let's just use this tooltip. But it wants a bonus. So we need to make, oh, and this is gonna be a problem. Let's just duplicate this tooltip. Yeah. Okay, so this is no longer attribute. This is going to be effect image. And we'll just make this a heart for now. Don't need that. Don't need... Actually, we do need that. Promote this to a variable. Bonus effect. Power, I guess. We can get rid of this now. Yes. Hold on. This is going to be... Yeah, I don't need this at all. Don't need that. Can use this. We'll probably use that. This can go away. What? Sure. I think this is gonna... Oh, I don't know. Should we show, like... Like, if it heals you for 2 hearts, should we show 2 full hearts? Or should we just say, like, heart plus 2? And then should we show the half heart? Like, should it show this and then do, like, plus 2? Let's not do that one. Because then you'd have to, like, figure out, like... how many of these? I don't know. It's gonna be, like, a lot more clear if it's just this. Are you ending early access in 54 days? No. Releasing a new game in 54 days. Swords of Magic is very expensive to make, and it's taking a way longer than I wanted it to make because I'm solo now. And so I need to make money other ways and prevent myself from burning out in Swords of Magic. So I'm working on a new game that I've only been working on for about a month, and it's launching in 54 days. After that, and I will be working on Swords of Magic in the meantime as well. I usually put at least 1 or 2 days a week into Swords of Magic still. So it's still being worked on. It's just I'm spending a lot more time on another project now to make ends meet and to pay for the development of Swords of Magic. So, but yeah, after this game is done, depending on how well it does, I might be switching back to Swords of Magic full time, or I might be starting another new project. But Swords of Magic is now at the point where it's sort of like just become this passion project, and like it is done enough that like I don't feel like obligated to like put all my effort into it anymore. Like I feel like I could hit 1.0. I could just call it 1.0 pretty much at any time. I just personally need to wrap up some things and like finish. Like I need a better like intro sequence, and we need an actual end to the game, and then I'll be happy with it. So we're getting close to 1.0. There's a lot more stuff I'd like to put in the game. There's a lot of features I would love to put in the game still. Like the skill tree and stuff like that are obviously like the top of the priority list, but like also not important. So we're getting there. This page, or this game, does not have a Steam page yet. Well, it has a Steam page. I am still in the approval process. So I asked for approval like 5 days ago, and I got denied last night. And because I didn't have enough detail in on my about section. So I added more detail, added some gifts and stuff like that, and I reapplied last night. That was the only thing wrong, so now I'm just waiting for approval again. So hopefully in the next day or two. Skill tree, my friend, I miss you already. It'll happen. It's close. We're missing like, I don't know, a handful of skills and a whole bunch of bug testing and fixing, or testing and bug fixing. But we'll get there eventually. Whenever we do a community event and we like fight a boss together, whatever, I might start itching to work on skill trees again. So, Frostfall got me back in the zone, and I worked on it for like a week and got a bunch of stuff done. So we're making progress. Yeah. Jana has been looking at like jobs. I've been looking at like other work and stuff because like we're at the point where it's like, man, really gotta pay these bills, you know. So it's either like slow down on Swords and Magic or completely stop Swords and Magic like we get another job. So, and I'd rather do this, right? I'd rather make another game and make money than have to go work somewhere and just completely disappear and not work on anything for a while. So we're taking the lesser of two evils. We can wait. Cool. Thank you. Appreciate that. What does the gameplay look like? Sure, I'll show you. Let's go. Yeah, that's fine. Let's go back to the title screen. I'll show you. This is very placeholder. There's a lot of polish that needs to be done still. There's actually an image behind here. It won't just be a blue screen, but this is going to be a title page. Very simple. The game is very simple. It is not complicated at all. It is a very much like a breath of fresh air for me, getting away from all the complexities of Swords and Magic and just trying to make something small again. So we'll just start a fresh game because they all say 0%, but they actually aren't 0%. This is also kind of placeholder. I think we're going to change this to like a treasure map looking thing where there's like a dotted line with like levels on it rather than a grid level selection thing. But for simplicity's sake, I guess, this is the level select. You'll have like one level unlocked to start with, and then all the levels around that will be like have like a lock symbol on them, which is already set up. I don't have them like turned on right now, and give you a crystal score. So this is your crystal score on the bottom left here, and then you will, once you have enough crystals, you can unlock new levels and go explore new levels. But let's just say this is the first level here. Actually, this is a bad example of first level. It's fine. It's fine. Anyway, so you can just like hover your mouse around to see what things are. So like this guy has a quest for you, and I might do like a little quest icon above his head so you know like he has a quest or something. I don't know. And then this guy has a challenge. So challenges are like combat, or it could be like any sort of like skill check in like D&D or whatever. Basically, this is a search and find game like Hidden Folks, where you can click things and stuff like falls out of trees. There's some apples. You can click them and pick them up. You have an inventory. This is also placeholder. It's going to get cleaned up. The UI stuff like organization wise is fine, but it's going to get like a new background and stuff hopefully soon. So I have 3 apples. I have a bunch of stats down here. So these stats don't have like names to them. So it's very much like who knows what they do. Like it's just going to be kind of a mystery. Each one of your equipment slots though corresponds to one stat. So for example, if I pick up this helmet here and I hover over it, it shows that it's going to change my loot stat, or in this case, it's charisma. That's what it's based on. So charisma is going to go from a D4 to a D6. So I have a D4 in charisma right now. And then I'll get +1 combat and +1 stamina or defense or whatever you want to call it. So if I equip that, now I can see I have a +1 here and a +1 here and a D6 here. So that my D6 still has a +0, which means when I fight this guy, he's a combat challenge. So I have to roll a D4 because that's my combat die. And then I get a +1 to that roll. So I can, if I roll a 4 and get a +1, I will beat him. But because I have to meet 5. And then the reward is on the right side. This is confusing because the icon is the same icon as the sword. That's an actual item in the game. I'm going to be changing the stat icons to something more UI heavy and less item heavy, so it won't look like an actual item. It won't be as confusing. But we can do this guy's quest first to see what he gives us. Oh, why is this? Oh, because I need a sword too, right? I just forgot. I just set this up the other day. There. So I gave him a thing, and this is just a test level. That's why things are like stupid. And then I can give another apple for a potion. So I got a key and I got a potion. We're working on the potion tooltip today. Now I have a key. Oh, this requires a key. We'll use the key. Oh, cool. I got a dagger. So now my dagger will increase my combat score from a D4 to a D6, and I get +1 damage. So now I have a +2 damage. I can unequip things and see. My bonus did not come off. Damn it. And I lost my... What? I lost my helmet too. Guys. Alright, so I found some bugs. I swear I tested this like 100 times yesterday and it worked just fine. Anyway, we can fight this guy now. You roll a 3 plus a 2. It's a 5, so we beat him. How did I lose my helmet though? Alright, well we have bugs to fix. So we have 2 bugs. One is when you unequip things, it doesn't take the bonus off. Let me go write that down. And yeah, confusing bugs. I don't know. Anyway, that's the gameplay. So then I guess the most important thing is at the top here there's going to be a box with like a bunch of items in it. So in this case, in this level, it'll probably be like, I mean, this level is going to be totally rewritten. This is just like my test level to like throw stuff in. But it'll probably be like a dagger or whatever, and like 3 other things or something. So when you find those things, it'll get checked off. So like once you pick them up in the level, so I'll just like shake trees and find things or bushes or whatever. And then when I find it, I click it, pick it up, and then it gets checked off. And then each one of those that gets checked off gives me 1 crystal. So again, back to the thing here. Like say I did all 5 in that level or whatever, I'd have 5 crystals, and the next level would cost like 3 to go into, so I could go to the next level. This is not a good example of the next level. Here's a good level. And then this one has like 5 more things or 10 more things, whatever I need to find. So it's very much a search and find game with RPG elements. That's the whole thing. We have time to join Steam Next Fest. Yes. Our timeline is lined up currently to get into Next Fest. So we are releasing a demo for Next Fest. The plan is to release our demo for Next Fest, do a huge push, like do a whole bunch of marketing right before then, and then launch the game directly after Next Fest while it's still fresh in everyone's head, in their mind. That's really cool. Thank you. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, the inspiration is almost entirely like hidden folks meets and mixed with like D&D. Like it's like super simple like mechanics. I'm doing my very best to completely avoid text. Like these are gonna go away, these text things here. And other than those, and like there's no text here other than like, you know, the version of the game. And then the title menu, oh, and the pause menu has text too. This will obviously be fine. I don't think we need to translate the title of the game. And then the save game here, these will have to be translated. And then the pause menu. And like that's it. I think as far as everything else goes, like nothing else needs to be translated. And I've even thought about like how could I do a pause menu without doing localization, having translate, but I don't know how to do that. So I think that has to be done. But the goal is to like do the very minimal like translation or localization that I have to do, so it can do as many languages as possible. Because Swords Magic is only English, and there's like literally like 10,000 lines of text in the game, probably more actually. And it would take, I think we looked it up, and it would like be like $20,000 to $30,000 to localize the whole game. And at that point, it's like I don't even know if I'd make $20,000 or $30,000 off of the like having it localized. So it's not worth it. So this game was like very much, how do I keep this simple? How do I like make it have like a broader scope or broader audience than I did with Swords and Magic, and keep it very accessible for everyone. And also the price tag's be accessible too, because I'm thinking $8 right now, but it might be lower depending on how much content we get in. But yeah. So yeah, and this is also not gonna be an early access release. I'm over early access, so this will just be a full release right from the start. Oh no, I'm at a different level, never mind. I was like, I got my hood back, but I didn't, because I didn't have a hood. I missed something. It was a sub from Omidus Prime. Thank you so much for your Prime sub. Omidus, thank you. Use the community for translation. That's kind of what I was thinking, since there's only going to be a handful of things. Oh, for Swords and Magic, you mean? So we actually looked into that a lot for the community translation stuff. I actually talked to a couple people about it, a couple different devs about it who have used that. And the biggest thing is that everyone who has to communicate, who wants to translate, has to sign like not an NDA, but like a contract, you know, because I'm using their work, right? Like even if it's just like one line they've translated, they have to sign the contract saying they're giving that work, which is one, like some people might not want to do that, right? You don't want to sign a contract to do work for someone that's like volunteer work and just for fun. Two, now I have to like verify everything people have put in, like even if they've signed a contract, if I don't verify it, and also need to know exactly what everyone has translated. So if something is translated wrong, I can go back to the contract, contact a lawyer, and say, hey, or not like just if it's translated wrong, but if it's translated horribly, like purposely wrong, like if it's just a bunch of swear words or something, right, or like some awful thing or whatever, then I have like some legal ground to stand on to go back and say, yeah, you had translated this poorly, you had obviously tried to compromise the game or whatever, and my public image or whatever, so now I'm suing you or something, if I needed to do that. But the worst part about it is that like, did you explore translating with LLMs? Yeah, that's probably how I'm gonna do this game, to be honest, because I think it'll just be way easier just to ask GPT to translate things, and then I can cross-reference by like googling that thing again to make sure it's the right thing. I also wouldn't mind finding someone who would be willing to like check, since there's like 5 things in here, or like 5 things to translate in this game, just to check those things for me, and maybe even just pay him a few bucks to do it. But Swords and Magic is a freaking nightmare. Like there's no way I could translate 10,000 lines of text with an LLM in GPT or in Swords and Magic, unless I use like a plugin or something that was like, you know, a large language model. And in that case, I'd have to like do my own, and I wouldn't have like there's no way I couldn't afford like all the tokens that would cost to like translate 10,000 lines of text. That'd be so much money. And that's the thing, is like I don't know if Swords and Magic is ever going to make money again, and that's kind of why like we're moving on to other games now, because it's been out for 5 years in early access, it's barely making any money anymore, and like you just never know, you know. Like I've read a bunch of horror stories, and I've read like a ton of information about early access launch, or launching from early access into 1.0, and it just doesn't seem like there's much of a difference. Like a lot of people say it's basically just another update or like a Steam sale. Like you don't really get, it's not like you get a whole nother launch where you're gonna make another $100,000 or something. Like it's just, that's the launch. Like you've already had your launch, you're not gonna get another one. So, and that's fine. It's fine. I have a lot of other ideas for games, and I never meant to make Swords Magic into like a 7-year project, whatever it's been now. So it's I want to move on anyway, so this is fine. So yeah, so translating this game is going to be very easy. Translating Swords Magic, not easy, and probably not going to happen. Can you not run it through a local LLM? So yeah, with a local LLM, I don't know exactly how that works. I could look into it. I work on using LLMs at work. I could give you a hand for free if you need it. Maybe doing like I think I can just go to GPT and translate this entire game into like 50 different languages, and it won't be an issue at all. It'll take me like a day to do that. But Swords and Magic would be a lot of work, and again, I don't know if it would ever even be worth the effort setting it up and like doing it, because like it's easy to say like, well, if I translated it to Spanish, then I would suddenly double like my, like, you know, like there's a ton of Spanish speakers out there, so obviously I'd make a whole bunch of money off that. But it's like, that's not how it works, because even if I translated it to another language, it's like I'd probably get a handful of new like when the game sells like normal and players are just browsing through. If I translate a handful of like popular languages like Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, German, Russian, probably like those big ones, I probably get like a handful of more players like buying the game normally, and maybe it'll uptick my sales by like 20%, which would be great. But like, is it worth it? No, the Steam page is also not translated, and that's something I've been wanting to do too. The thing is, with translating the Steam page, I'm a little afraid of negative reviews where people buy the game because the Steam page is translated, and then they find out that you actually need to be able to read English to play the game, because there's a lot of text and a lot of quests in the game, and like there's a lot of stuff where it's not super obvious what you're supposed to do unless you read it. So it's a game where you really can't play unless you know English. And so I'm afraid people would be like buying the game assuming it's going to be in their language because they didn't read, and then just leaving a negative review and refunding and saying like, yeah, this game's not really in Russian or whatever, but I bought it because the Steam page was in Russian, and so, you know, shame on you, developer, or whatever. I don't know if it's worth it. So right now I'm not doing it. I'm not even gonna attempt it. Right now, Swords and Magic is basically, it's going to be all English forever, and that's just how it's gonna be. So Chinese players might downvote anyway because of no translations, and that's fine. That's fine. The game's been out for 4 years. I think we've had like 2 Chinese reviews that were negative, and they were like unintelligible. Like I couldn't even tell what they were even complaining about, but it wasn't translation issues. So I'm not too worried about it. I don't think we're gonna get a ton of players suddenly out of the woodwork who are just mad about the translation. First of all, I think Swords and Magic is dead. Like it's not dead like on my end, like it's not being developed anymore. I'm saying it's dead like people don't care about it anymore. People are not finding it anymore. It's not being promoted anymore. No one's playing it anymore. Like we get a handful of new players every time we do a sale, and that's awesome. And they usually come in the Discord and they're like, oh man, this game is awesome. How did I not hear about this before? And that's cool. Yeah, I know you guys care. My point is that like we're not getting a ton of new attention. Like when the game launched, like you never knew when someone was just gonna stumble across it on Steam and start playing it, and it was gonna pick up, and suddenly we get like, you know, 20 new players in Discord and like 150 new players in the game playing it, and like a bunch of sales and stuff, and that was awesome. But like that doesn't happen anymore. So the chances of someone just like randomly coming through and leaving a bunch of negative reviews because, you know, some Chinese streamer picked it up or whatever and decided to trash talk it because it didn't have Chinese like language support or whatever, is like very, very unlikely to happen at this point in development in the game's life. That's what I mean. It's slowed way down because it's just not exciting anymore. It's not new. It's not fresh. It's not like, yeah. And as far as most people are concerned, it's probably never going to be finished, right? So like most people have just kind of moved on from it, which is understandable. Do I regret spending time on it so much time after EA? There's a lot of things I regret with Swords and Magic. The thing is, when I sit down and play the game, and I like try to like, I just compare like where the game is now compared to where it was when I launched it, when we first launched it in early access, I don't regret most of that. There are some things like adding companions I regret, adding like promising things like dungeons and skill trees. Like I regret doing those things. There's a lot of stuff in the game where I wish I would have thought through more before I decided to do it. I don't know if I regret early access because I honestly don't think, I think the game would have flopped. First of all, we couldn't have afforded to like keep working on the game for another year with Kickstarter money. It just wasn't enough money. Like if you take the Kickstarter money and you split it up, like based on like how much money I had to pay myself back to like cover all the time I'd spent working on the game and all the time we were going to working on the game to finish it, we only made like, I think I don't remember how much, I can't say how much Moz made, but it was less than I did. And I think I only brought in like 25 or 30 from the, maybe not even that much. I think it was like 20, 25 somewhere from the Kickstarter money into my own pocket. And that put me, if you like divide it out from like when I started making the game to when early access launched, that made me like $500 a month. Like it wasn't enough money to like even justify any of that time, right? So we had to launch the game because we couldn't like afford to like keep living and working on the game if we didn't do early access. So early access did make us enough money to keep making the game and bring it to where it is right now. So I don't regret that. But going back and looking at it again, I wish I would have kept the scope way smaller. I wish we would have found a more interesting mechanic that was like repetitive, that like would have made a better, tighter game loop that didn't require having to go explore the entire world and like having to keep making more and more content for each zone to make it more interesting. Though I do love the mechanics or the game loop of the game, and I think it's like exactly what I wanted to make. It's like very much a dream game of mine. I wish I would have found something more like the original single player game had this cool bandit camp system where like each bandit camp would like start as like a campfire and like a tent, right? And you'd have like one bandit there. And then if you left it alone for a day, the next day it would have like 2 tents and 2 bandits. And the next day they'd have like a little like some fencing around it, or like I don't know what it was, like a little watchtower or something they'd built up. And then if you like the longer you left it alone, the bigger and bigger it got, and then it was like this huge like fort, and you could like storm the fort and like fight all the 20 bandits there or whatever, fight the bandit leader boss that would spawn, and then loot all the chests and stuff, and you get a bunch of loot. I wish we would have kind of like focused in on something more like that, where like the world around you didn't have to be massive and huge to go explore all these different like zones and stuff. It would have just been like ever changing, right? So you would have like one like smaller zone, like maybe like the size of Azure or just Azure itself, or just farmlands or something, and then you would have like every day you would have gone out and something new would have been there to go explore and do, because it would have just been a bunch of procedural content that just kept popping up and like changing over time. Like I wish we would have focused more on that and less on like traditional like Skyrim style like open world game, because it just was so much harder to develop that, and it just costs so much time and energy and money to do. So yeah, I don't know if I regret it. There's just a lot of little things I do regret about it, but honestly, like I'm not complaining too much here, because like Swords and Magic brought me from like this kid who like dreamed of making games and was like kind of like an idea guy for so long, and then I went to school and that helped like push me along a lot, and then suddenly it was like Swords and Magic became like the thing that I needed to like finally get out there and actually like launch a game and actually like make money and like do this full time. So I absolutely love Swords and Magic for that, and I'm so glad that I was able to like push through and actually launch it. I just wish that I would have had some better foresight with Swords and Magic. But I was very young and naive when it launched. I was 26 when we started it. No, 28, 29 when I started Swords and Magic. 28 or 29, I think. And had to be 29. I was 29 when we started it, and I just didn't know enough about game dev at the time. I still don't know a lot about game dev. Polyglot, is that right? Also, solo dev is tough. Yeah, you've had help along the way, but I guess it unless it blew up, it was destined to be a small project. Yeah, that is another thing. It's sort of like, it was almost like inevitable, right? Like I should have known all along. There's like a low quality. I have the lowest quality on right now, so there's a lot of like weird blurring going on with the characters jumping around. But it doesn't look like that in a packaged game with your quality up higher. So this is a game called Seeking Adventure. It's kind of like a mix between like a point and click adventure like RPG. I don't know, not even that. It's like a mix between Hidden Folks and like D&D, I guess. So you click on things and you find stuff. You have an inventory and some stats down here. I have a bunch of junk because there's no way to delete like remove items yet. So I've just been loading up more and more junk on the save file. And then you can hover over NPCs. Like this guy wants 2 carrots and he'll give me one of his boar tusks, looks like. So I click that. Ta-da, I've done that quest. I haven't set these guys up to be like non-repeatable yet. They're like repeatable by default, I guess, which I need to fix. And now I have this boar tusk. So this, like I can equip this now, and it changes my combat roll from a D4 to a D6, and I get +1 combat score. So now when I fight something like this guy down here, I roll a D6 instead of a D4. If I unequip this, I do a D4. Hey, look, my number didn't change, or did change that time. Interesting. I wonder what happened there. Anyway, so I roll a d6 to fight him, and then I get a +1 on the roll. So I do +2 +1. Oh, it wasn't enough to break the 3. So, oh, it was enough. Sorry, 2 + 1 was enough to do damage, so I dealt some damage to him. Need some sound effects. Roll again. 3 + 1 is 4. Cool. 1 + 1 not enough, so I took damage. and then we'll try again. 3, got him. If I beat him, he dropped a potion, he poofs out, he's gone. I'll fight this guy. 4, got him. Cool. Defeated him, he dropped a key. Grab the key, we'll open the chest. Oh, I already opened the chest in the save file, so yeah. But I got some armor from it, so that will equip the armor. I get more max health. I now have a d6 if I need to roll my stamina for some reason. So now we can go up here to this bear, right? He's a challenge too, but he's not combat. He's strength. So he wants a 4 in strength, but my strength is only a +1, so I'd have to roll a 3 to defeat him. So I should go get something else that gives me strength first. Which I thought I did. Oh, this gives me a +1 strength. Yeah, that's that. Yeah, right. That's what I was intending. We're going to have to try a couple times. 3 + 1, we got him. So we're at 1 health right now. But if you die, because it's such a casual game, it doesn't matter. All it does is when you're dead, you can't perform challenges anymore. So if I go back out and go to this level, and I try to challenge this girl. So she beat me. And now I'm nothing, or I'm a 0, so I just can't challenge anymore. It just shakes my hearts, as you can see. So it's just sort of like prevents you from challenging until you heal up. So I can just grab some apples, and I can eat those, or take a health potion. And now I have health, and now I can challenge her again. But I can't beat her because I get a +0 to my charisma. So I can only roll a 4. +0 is not a 5, so I need something else to beat her. So I can equip a cape here, which gives me +2 to my charisma, and now I get a 2 + 2 is 4, not quite. 3 + 2, 5, that beat her. And now I got new stuff. So the game loop here is there's going to be a list of goals at the top of the screen for each level, and then as you find those things, like maybe this one has like manure. So like if I give this guy a carrot, he'll give me manure, so that'll like check off one of the goals. Like, cool, I found that thing I was looking for. And then maybe another one's like a bone. Like this guy wants a bone, so I can find that bone somehow, and then that checks off another one. And then each one of those I have checked off, I get a crystal for. That's what this crystal thing is here. And then when I go back to the main map here, all these levels will be locked behind crystals. So if I complete this level, for example, like all 5 of them, and I'll have 5 crystals. Complete this one, I'll have 5 crystals. But maybe there's another one that's unlocked, or that's locked, that only requires like 6 crystals, right? So I just have to complete like some of each of these levels to get to the next level. So it's just going to be like a way to gate content, is all. But this is the game. I like the art style. Saw you were working on it yesterday and caught my eye. Cool. That's a good thing. Yeah, it's going to be a lot cheaper than Swords and Magic. The goal right now is $8, but it will go down if I feel like we don't have enough content. The vision right now in my head will be worth $8. So we'll see how that goes. It's very casual, super chill, very simple. It's obviously very easy. There's really no challenge to it. You're just kind of just clicking through. It's just gonna be very zen. Got to figure out a good soundtrack for it. We just made the $300 today for the start of the game music. We'll see how much that actually gets us, and then we'll put up another goal if we need more. Hardworking or hardly working? Both. Right now I'm hardly working, but I'm working hard at that. We'll be doing more work in a second. I just found some more bugs, so we get to go work on fixing bugs now. Yay. An end goal for Swords and Magic and stuff is the port to Switch. I think that was part of the fundraising for it. Yeah, so Brandon, that's like 99.9% off the table now. And I will tell you why. Is it on Steam yet? So I have the Steam page set up, and I have applied, or I've submitted, and I'm waiting for approval. I got denied yesterday because I didn't have enough detail in the About Me section, apparently, or about this game section, which makes me kind of mad because I was like copying another Steam page that did really well, and I really liked how basic it was. And so I like copied theirs, and then I got denied, and I'm like, this game made hundreds of thousands of dollars. Like, how did I get denied? But I got denied. So I added more information, put some GIFs in there and things like that, which I was planning on doing anyway, but I hadn't got around to yet. So I finally got all that set up, and I just submitted it again with a lot more information, listed features, stuff like that, and they should approve it now. Because now it's even more robust than Swords and Magic, and they approved Swords and Magic years ago, so should be good. So it'll be on Steam as soon as Steam okays it. The Steam page will be up. I've already given out keys to like my testers and stuff, so it is all working on Steam and everything. Got all set up. I need to set up a Steam achievement still. Jana's probably gonna make me do trading cards because she really likes trading cards in Steam games, which is fine. Maybe I'll make her make them. I don't know. It shouldn't be too hard because I can just use the assets I already have. So yeah, once the Steam page goes up, I'll be posting it on our Discord. We have a Discord with 2 Discord channels waiting to go live. One is going to be just Seeking Adventure chat, and then the other one's Seeking Adventure bug support. I'm not going to do an ideas channel for it because it's not early access, so there won't be any more features once the game launches. The game launches in 54 days, in case you didn't notice that. And we're doing Next Fest. I'm just praying to the Steam gods right now that I get this page approved, because I can't apply for Next Fest until the page is approved. Once it's approved, I'll apply. And hopefully then we will be good to go. Yeah, so we'll be releasing the demo in February whenever the Next Fest drops. That's when our demo will go live, and then we're launching the game directly after that on March 4th as of right now. That might change depending on where we're at around that time. We might push it back a week or two to polish some things up or whatever, but as of right now I think we're well on track for it. Jan has already been making levels. She made this whole level we were just looking at, which is a starter level, and it was just her like kind of getting her feet wet. So I'm pretty excited for her to keep making levels, and I'm gonna keep making levels. I have a couple more things I want to add in for like I want stuff you can click on that just like plays a sound effect or plays an animation or whatever. I want to do like a gate or whatever that you can like push a lever or whatever to open the gate to click something behind it. So like we can do more things like that. So it won't just be clicking on people and doing challenges and quests. It'll be more like exploring stuff. There's also going to be items that like you get, like for example, the dog gives you a message in a bottle, and someone in another level will want that message in a bottle. So there's going to be some overlap where you can have to like bring items from between different levels. So it's not like each level isn't going to be entirely self-contained sometimes, but most of the time it will be. You'll buy it? Can you reach 7 to 10K wish list in that time? I don't know. I'm going to do my best. I'm a little worried about that, but at the same time, this is only like a 3-month game project, and my goal is 10K net revenue. If I can make $10,000 net revenue on this over the course of like 3 months at launch, then I'm happy. That'll be fine with me. It'll be enough to like pay for a couple months of bills. Yeah, it'll be fine. Because yeah, like 10K wish list is obviously like ideal. We'll do what we can. As soon as the Steam page goes live, I will start posting about it on my socials. I'll do a big announcement post on Discord, and then I want to get a demo out like as soon as possible, like a demo build out that I can send to, or like a demo, oh god, just like a Steam like build out as soon as possible that I can send out to like YouTubers and stuff. Jan and I are pretty much have already got it kind of planned out that we're pretty much going to sit down and find like every single YouTuber that played like Hidden Folks and every single streamer that played Hidden Folks, etc. And games like that, and we're just going to send out like mass emails. Like we're talking like 1,000 emails. Like we're just going to like 2, 3, 4 whole days just like sending out email after email after email to like all these people with a key so they can get in and play the game and make content right before Next Fest. If we can, my goal was, I'm hoping that we can kind of like, I mean, like Next Fest usually gets a lot of attention anyway, and like a lot of streamers and YouTubers go through and play the Next Fest demos. So I feel like as long as the game looks good and presents itself well and gets clicks, then it'll be fine. But we'll have to see. We still gotta do our part to like push it. So yeah, plus we gotta do localization. I don't know, there's a lot of work to do in 54 days, but that's a lot of days. And what I've done so far in this game has been nowhere near 54 days. I've probably done closer to like, I don't know, maybe like 15, maybe 20 days of actual work, and we're already like we're pretty much like nearing feature completion, other than like a couple of features for like quests and stuff that I'd like to do, but we're pretty close. Actually, like, you know, I think we're technically, other than like the goals, or like the overarching quests or goals, whatever I want to call them, we're pretty much done, right? Like we are feature complete. Other than that, then it's just gonna be like a few bugs, and yeah. Oh, and I want to like redo the level, or the level select page. That'll be like a day of work too, probably. Anyway, yeah, I'm not super concerned about it. I think we'll be fine. I think we've got plenty of time. I want to see if we can replicate that unequip bug though. So this gives +2, and that removed it just fine. That removed just fine. What happened? Did we equip something twice? It's weird, I can't like replicate it. Yeah, like I can't like break it. Let's equip everything and then go to a new level. We're still fine. How did I break that? And also, like, I unequipped a helmet and it just disappeared on me. Maybe it was a case where, like, you know what it probably was? I bet what it was that I was playing an old save that had certain things saved already that shouldn't have saved. Because I had to revamp that because it was saving my stats. So like it was saving these numbers. So when it loaded the game back up, it re-equipped things and then it added more stats on top of it. I'm guessing that's what happened. And oh, you know what? That's exactly what happened. I don't think we have bugs. I think we actually fixed those bugs and it caused bugs in old saves. Because the old save also, when you equipped a hat, like let's say equip this hood, it didn't store which inventory slot that was in when you equipped it. And so it wouldn't like, it would be a 0. So if I unequipped it, it would go to 0, which would be a consumable slot, which would have just disappeared. Or it just wouldn't have existed. So it would have found, that's what would happen. It would have found like whatever was inventory slot 0, which might have been nothing, or it might have been like a consumable or something, or like a whatever. And it would have set that to unequipped. And if it was already unequipped, then it wouldn't have worked. It wouldn't have done anything. So I think the issue was that it was broken before and we've already fixed it. So now it's good. And I can't seem to break it now. So I think it was just an issue with that save. We're gonna chalk it up to that and then see if any of our testers or early access players can break it. And if they can, then I'll fix it. But I don't think so. I think it's good. It seems to be working just fine. So we're just gonna pretend like it's working. Let's heal up. Unequip everything. Yep, I think it's all working. I think we're good. Whew. That had me nervous though, because I was like, now I have no idea how that's broken, because I thought I had it all fixed and working last night. Great. You'll buy it, Brenda? Thank you. I was trying to remember if I wishlisted it or not. Yeah, you haven't. And yeah, it's not game ending to die. In fact, it doesn't really do anything. It just prevents you from doing other things. And the thing is, like, you're going to be able to go back and forth between, like, for example, this level, right? I can go in here and collect a whole bunch of wheat. And then I can just go back out to the main menu and come back in and collect more wheat again. So there's going to be some like cheese mechanics like this, but it's sort of like wheat doesn't really do anything for you. Apples though, apples do heal you. So players will just be able to go back and forth between the levels and get apples and healing potions or whatever that might be like freely available, and like load up on this kind of stuff. And I'm not too concerned about it right now, you know? Like, I just don't think it's that big of a deal. The players want that stuff, like it keeps them playing the game, then so be it. Like, it's almost like it's definitely like a Where's Waldo book, right? With just like the tiniest bit of gamification to it. It's like a choose your own adventure book, you know, where like you can just flip back to the page before, you know, and choose a different option, and like no one's there to penalize you, and like no one's gonna like slap your wrist for doing it. Like it's just like whatever. So who cares? So really, like, this is just a fun way to like play like a little like storybook kind of adventure kind of thing with a little bit of gamification. So I think it's fine. Apples look kind of weird with no outline. Really? I think they look fine. I like the they do have a dark blackout, like a black outline. It's just not super thick, but it matches all the other icons. They're a little big. I might go in and like scale some of the icons down. Like, I wish the apples were a little smaller. They just don't need to be that enormous. Yeah, like there's gonna be like many places where you could just cheese the game like crazy to get things you want. Oh yeah, we need to let's fix this. The chest should stay open when you have the quest done. And I thought I had that already. All caps. Yeah, like right here, like this is supposed to be showing it if you have this quest complete. And the quest, this might be an issue with, this might be a delay issue. This is happening in construction script. Maybe we just put this on begin play instead. And we might want to like grab the player controller. I should make a BPFL function for that so I don't have to keep casting everything. And do find to finish loading. That's what I want. Maybe that will fix the issue. Yep. Oh, it's outlined. Hold on, we don't want to outline it though. It's the wrong one. That one. Fixed. Yeah, I think it was the chest was being loaded before the game was actually being like fully loaded. So we need to like keep those race conditions in mind. In the map, not in the UI. Yeah, okay, so I see what you mean, and it's because their outline is so much thinner than like the characters and stuff. This is a frustrating like kind of a issue I'm running into. So I paid for these assets, right? I didn't make these assets myself. And I know every game dev hates having to admit that, but it's fine. And so when the thing is, when the items drop, they're scaled down because otherwise they'd be a huge apple, right? Because they actually come from 3 different asset packs, but they are made by the same artist. So they're all by the same artist, so it's all very consistently styled. But the problem is that the icons are meant to go into your inventory. So they're like, you know, they're scaled way up or whatever, and they just don't have as thick outlines as you'd want them to have. So what I might do is take all the icons and export them all out into Photoshop and do a batch process and just throw a thick outline on them that makes them that gives them a thicker outline, and then re-import them again, and they might look a lot better then. Unfortunately, I already made them all into sprites, so I'd have to go back through and like, I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I should do it now before it's too late, before it's like. Do you still have a lot of contact with Mike? What's your opinion on Redwood MMO? Yeah, I have a little bit of contact with Mike. I have not used Redwood yet, but from what I can tell, and with his work on Swords and Magic, I would say he definitely knows what he's doing. And if I was going to make an MMO, I would 100% reach out to him and ask him, like, talk to him about using Redwood first, personally. But yeah, I don't know the state of it is what the state of it is right now. Him and I talked a lot about using Swords and Magic assets for a while for doing, like, he wanted to like set up like a promo sample MMO that like, so people could like see his like sample game and then work. The apples are like bouncing around because players or the NPCs are walking in front of them. The drop items, whenever something walks in, or like whenever something blocks them tracing the camera, then it bounces it to the left, so it doesn't ever like get stuck behind a wall or something. And so the NPCs are knocking around, which is funny. Anyway, we didn't end up not using the Swords and Magic ones just because honestly it was just gonna be a huge hassle to set up and like export and like migrate everything, and it was just gonna be a headache. And I didn't want to have to like figure out like what happens if like, you know, his little MMO game like starts taking off, or like what if like I decide I don't want him to use the assets in a year or something. Like it was a headache, so we just decided against it. So he started using some other assets he found, I think. Sometimes this gets stuck on the screen and I don't know how it happens. Like I can't replicate it when I'm trying to, but sometimes it just happens. It's not like it's a big deal if it gets stuck on the screen, but it is annoying. I'd be more worried about it, but sometimes in the Unreal editor, I even get like random tooltips that like pop up and then I can't get them off the screen. And like, this is less annoying than that. So I feel like if millions of developers can use the Unreal editor without too many issues, then this is probably not a big deal. Anyway, yeah, I don't really have a too much of an opinion on Redwood because I haven't used it, but from the things I've seen and the things he's talked about with me with it, it sounds pretty legitimate. It sounds like it really speeds up the process of making an MMO that I would not want to deal with. It sounds like it like basically eliminates that process. So anyway, okay, let's finish up the tooltip for the health things, and then I guess we're gonna move on to start working on the goals. The goals. All right, we don't need this. This is gonna be the consumable effect. It's still showing bonus on there because we want this texture to be exposed. And we don't want this bonus anymore. Okay, so now if our effect power is greater than 0, if it's greater than 0, we want to do green. If it's equal to 0, we want to do white. And if it's not equal to 0 or greater than 0, then we want to do red. It's all good. So we need to do a format here. This is going to be what is this? Also, can we do this in a format? I think we can. Decorator. And then this is going to be score. Oh, no, actually, this is going to be sign or operator. Space score. Okay, decorator goes here. What's this? Oh, where to do the operator and score? Stat, and then we have to close the sign, close the decorator out, and then that goes into here. Okay, compile, save that. Go down here, inventory, tooltip. We're gonna do refresh this. Not that. Refresh. There we go. So now I need to do like probably a select on this. Okay. How do we want to do this? I think we'll just show all right, small potion is going to be a heart. Because this gives you a full heart. So we're just going to do a full heart without the outline. Big potion. Also a heart. And it'll be a full heart. We don't have a big potion in the game yet. Food. This is going to be heart. But it's going to be the half heart. No outline. Combat potion is going to be a sword. It's a short sword. With the outline. Charisma potion is going to be loot. Strength potion is going to be strength. Craft potion is going to be hammer. Okay. We don't have the ability to like do any of those potions except for healing potions right now, but we will add them when we make them. That should be it. We probably need to clear the buff. No, we don't. This is the tooltip. It'll be fine. That should be it. Let's see what it looks like. It looks like nothing. It looks like it's not working. Okay. So let's toggle a breakpoint here and see if this is even triggering. Probably missed something. Okay, it's triggering. What? What's going on? I'm so confused. Hold on. Why do I not have my controls? Where are my controls at? You know what? I saw someone say something about this a while ago in like the Unreal source or something where they said that they lost their debug controls. Okay, let's save. And restart. Because I don't know where they went or how to get them back. Pretty sure I didn't turn them off. If they're not back, then I have to go Google or ask in Unreal Source. Right, tooltip. This isn't working. Is this not set up to be rich text? It is. Oh, we have 2 whites. Oh. Okay, hold on. Oh, we're just forcing it to be white. Already have the end bracket here too. Yeah, I guess that doesn't need to go there. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, we don't have a, oh, we do have a break. Okay. Still don't. What the heck? All right. I have to go ask the pros. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm lost here. Okay, well, instead of breakpointing there, I guess we wait to figure out what the hell's going on. We have switcher 0, 1. Oh, there's nothing in here. Oh no, that's right. Adding the consumable box, right? Nope. See? Didn't need breakpoints. Just needed a brain. Plus 1 half heart. Plus, oh, this is showing plus 2. So, damn it. So that's showing plus 2 full hearts, and it's not. I also need some border around that. Can I put that in here? Padding is 10. I think I need to add like a modifier How do we do this? We're gonna change like the heart amount we're gonna get. I don't know, is that a good way to do that? I thought about just doing like plus 0.5, but I don't really love that. We could do like plus 1/2 maybe, 1 divided by 2, 1/2. What's up, Aloof? Doing pretty good, how are you? I'll check Discord to see if anyone says anything about this. Someone is typing, but I don't think it's related to me. I wonder if we should put like a time on it too. Like obviously these would be like infinite, you know, they don't need time. But like we could have like a strength potion that lasts like 2 minutes or something. Then the question is, do we actually like remember how long that strength potion lasted for? It would also be really nice if you, when you hovered over these, it showed you what gear affected it. Which wouldn't be too hard to do. We could just put like a list of like helmet, sword, or whatever, you know, depending on what. We just have to loop through all of the equipment, which is easy. We have like we have an equipment slot with like all 5 things in it, or equipment array. We just loop through that and find anything with those buffs, and then just show them. They're greater than 0, or actually anything at all. They just exist because they could be negative too. That would be fun, and a nice quality of life thing. I don't know how to handle this though. Because this definitely implies it's going to heal 2 hearts and just heals 1. Let's just do the consumable effect. Like it doesn't. What if we make a function that grabs that gives us this? We put in the consumable effect. We put in the enum. It spits out the icon, power. It wouldn't know the power. It could spit out the icon and a modifier, like a multiplier for the power, because like food would be like a 0.5. No, it wouldn't. The potions would be 0.5. No, because that doesn't. I don't want to like modify the power in general. How do we do this? We just check to see if it's food. Let's just get a little hacky with it. It'll be fine. Not like we haven't hacked things together in the past. Small potion is the actual number. The actual number. This is gonna be point. No, this is gonna be 2. No, wait, what? No. It's gonna show double the actual number. No, it's not. God damn it. Can't do that. What is the problem? Okay, so the little hearts are showing 1, but then the big ones are showing 1. So I need to divide those ones by 2. I can't multiply by 0.5. This has to be divide. So the big potions need to divide by 2, by 2, by 1. These ones all need to be 1s. One, 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 one. Great. This heals 1 full heart. This heals 1 half heart. Got it. All right. I think all of our tooltips are done. Unless we're going to do tooltips for these, which would be really nice to show what stats are affecting what. I mean, you can look through these, right? Like you can look at this and say, okay, this one's giving me +1 combat. This one's giving me +1 combat. So I know that's where I'm getting my 2 combat from. But like, it also might be just be nice to like hover over this and see. It'd also be nice if when you hovered over one of these, it told you the difference that it was going to make if you equipped it. Crazy thought. What if instead we literally just showed 2 tooltips for equipment? We showed the first tooltip, and then we did like an arrow to the second tooltip to show that we're going to replace this tooltip with this one. And we show the icon at the top of each one so we know what they are. So you'd have 2 little tooltips that showed all the stats so you could just compare them when you hover over. You like 1 full plus 1 half? Why don't you show the amount of hearts? I mean, I kind of am, right? We could, I thought about doing 1 half. Like plus 1 half and then just show a full heart instead. Do you like that better than this? Like the big potion will be like +2 hearts, right? We'll have like a bigger, like big ground potion, and it'll be +2 hearts instead of +1. And it'll be plus, but it could be like we could have like something in the game that gives you like 1.5 hearts, which would show 1 big heart and 1 little heart. But yeah, which would be fine. It would just be 2 separate effects on there. Just think it would give you more flexibility. Yeah. I think it would be more streamlined, right? Then you wouldn't have to see half a heart. It's so, I just love how simple this game is. It's so nice. It's so fresh. This way is also fine. I think we'll leave it like this just because I've already got it set up, and then we'll see if it confuses people. If players are confused by it when they actually test it and play it, then that's when we'll know, like, okay, if there's any confusion at all, we'll change it to 1 heart, 1 half heart. Because that was like, I'm kind of 50-50 on it, right? Like I could go either way. But since it's already set up this way, I'm gonna leave it like this for now. Because yeah, like this could technically be the same, because I also thought about this, like just making the half heart symbol, just making this +2, but then I thought that might be more confusing. That would definitely could be confusing. But when you see these next to each other, it makes a lot more sense. Also, I think these tooltips should show up when you hover over them in the level. When I hover over this in the level, it should show the tooltip up here. So let's do that as well. That is, what are these called? These are called loot. Nope. Drop. Nope. Pickup. Nope. World something. Nope. Nope. What the hell did I call these? We'll go find them. And collectible item. Collectible item. Why wouldn't they be called that? It makes sense, I guess. Oh shoot. Okay, so now we need to make now we need to add a widget to this. It needs to stay over the paper sprite. It's going to be a screen space widget. It's going to be I wish we could just... Oh man, is there a way to just do a tooltip? There's not. Oh man, there's no way. Okay, we have to do this instead. Create widget. Create tooltip. That's what I want to do. Okay, and then this needs to be collapsed or hidden. Turn visible off. How does this look when we hit play though, or when we look at it here? It just pops into view. It doesn't like animate or anything nice. Should we have it animate nice? Probably. Make item data. Yeah, we'll just have a pop for now, and then we can figure out how to animate it later, I guess. Hovered. We need to if every time we hover, oh yeah, that's really makes sense. We need to take our widget. Oh, should we promote that? That doesn't matter. Set visibility. Oh yeah, we don't need this. If we're hovered, we set our visibility to true. Okay, let's try it. Why'd that just open for me? Oh, because I had a key. Oh my. Don't like that. Why is it so concise when we are like so... I know. It's because our widget is set to draw size. I want draw at desired size. I think when we hover, we should create the widget. I think we should do this not at begin play. It's more performant at begin play. It's definitely a lot cheaper, but I think we should do it on hover. Because then we can like if we're not hovering, we should remove it. So we need to promote it. Let me set the widget to nothing. And then what we can do is instead of removing this, we'll actually like play the like close animation or something. We'll just call like a close animation function on it. Well, actually, I don't know. We might not. We actually probably can't do that on tooltips. I just have to leave it like that. But this will prevent it from getting duplicates like we just saw every time you hover over it. So we can reposition where the tooltip is. Obviously, we don't want it where it is right now, but that works perfectly. So you can look at something on the map and see immediately if it's going to be an upgrade. Because you can see like, oh, I have a D4, it's going to go to a D8. If I take this thing. Love it. Okay, let's go reposition that. Even higher. Can we actually, hold on, can we set the widget at the pivot point to be like 1? It doesn't look like anything there, but I wonder if it changes things here. No, doesn't seem like it. I thought if we'd set it to 1, so the pivot point to be the bottom, then it would slide the tooltip up. Based on, yeah, but no, that didn't work. Uh-oh. If it doesn't have an item, or if it doesn't, yeah, like the tooltip shouldn't be showing up for everything. So collectible item, event graph, we need to do this kind of sucks. I don't know if there's a better way to do this other than just casting. Sorry, like you said, the potion that gives 1.5 hearts. This way is also fine. About the equip on hover, you could display the current equipment, equipped arrow, and total value, new equipment, and new total value. So users can compare. I think I see what you mean. You're saying, okay, on hover you can display the current equipment equipped. Yes. Like we are, yes. Okay. And total value. Equipped arrow and total value? Not, I guess I'm not sure if I'm following you. Are you saying we should show the equipment and the buffs or the passives it gives you, and then in like parentheses, like show like the total? Yeah, how dumb is this? Let's do this. Cast to gear. If both of those fail, then we don't need to show the tooltip. That's great. But if we drop these, oh no, what was it? Didn't we get something from this level? Yeah, that doesn't show a tooltip. Which is fine. I think it's good if they don't have a tooltip, because it just means like it doesn't give you anything. Like milk could be a consumable. You could drink milk for heart or something. It's a little late to change it now. I mean, it's not late to change it now. It's not too late to change it now. We could just show the tooltip with like a quest icon on it, but I just don't think it's that big of a deal. Oh, let's fix this. This is showing. Yeah, we're showing the. Okay, so if we look at this, it shows the loot, the old die, and then what the new die is going to be. On this, it's showing the loot. We're skipping the old one and showing what the new one's going to be. But like we could just show the new one or the old one instead, because the old one is what's actually there. So we just need to go to our tooltip. Oh yeah, it's right here. This is the old die, and we're checking if it's equipped. We're right here. If it is equipped, we're hiding the old die and the arrow. We just need to hide the new die. The arrow. Now we hover over these. Yeah, it's showing their current die. So if we equip this guy. Oh no, he's showing a D6. Wait, why is it the old die? What? Okay. Oh, guess we have to go back to how we had it. I don't understand why though. But to fix this, we need to push everything. Fill. Wait, what? Oh. Do we not want to fill these? We're collapsing these, right? Oh, we're collapsing, duh. We need to collapse the, hold on. Old die box. Oop. We don't want to collapse the old die. We want to collapse the old die box. And that's it. I guess we didn't actually need to make them both attributes, but... Okay, now if we equip the sword, yes. Okay, now it's showing correctly. That's what I wanted. Looks much better. I guess we could have shown like what the new die would be, which if you unequipped it, which would be the old die. Or no, actually it wouldn't be, it would just be a D4. If we really wanted to, we could just, instead of showing this, just show like to a D4 to like always show that you're gonna... Oh. If we click that, we need to destroy the tooltip. We're just finding all the little bugs. That's okay, we're just knocking them out. Equipment. Slot. Nope, wrong one. This one. How do we like promote that or something? Oh snap, Krim, raiding again. What's up, man? Thanks so much for the raid, man. How was your stream? What are you working on? Like display the current value and then the new value if you equip the item. This way users can know if it's an upgrade. Yeah, that was the plan actually, and then it was getting complicated, so I decided to just wait on it. So I'm just showing the base stats now, and we'll add that in later. Welcome in, Sauce. Finalizing environment art. Gonna go out and get some food though. How's the stream / game going? Honestly, pretty good. I thought I had some weird bugs earlier, and I was really like frustrated because I thought I already fixed them, and I was like overwhelmed. But it turns out it was just an old save that hadn't like been flushed yet, so like I didn't have like, it was just like saving old stats that shouldn't have been there, and so they weren't like being unequipped. But it's all good now. Everything is working fantastic. We have tooltips in now, which are working great. Our inventory, you can unequip things now, which is nice, and go back to 0 stats. We have, everything's looking good. We can even have tooltips on items in our world now, which is cool. So we got all kinds of good stuff going. We have the save system fully done. And then I need to save if this has been open or not, so it just stays open because it's annoying having to open every time. That's all working. So like I've already done this quest, already done this challenge, whatever challenge quest. So we can do this guy's quest. Ta-da! He wants another quest. Cool, new weapon. Yeah, it's good. It's going good. It's looking solid. Yeah, it's thank you. Appreciate that. He's lying. He's gonna DoorDash. He's gonna restaurant dash to the restaurant. Go get your food, man. Thank you so much for the raid. I appreciate it. Anyway, what were we just doing? Oh, right, this. If you unequip it, the tooltip doesn't go away. Not the end of the world, but it is annoying. How do we do that, though? Because the tooltip is created. It's a bind. It's right here. And it's checking, is inventory valid? Which means the inventory item, when you unequip it, it's no longer valid. So it should technically be doing this, but this is obviously not running every frame. Can I just call this again? Like, can I call this function? Nope. Maybe I can. Nope, can't call it. Can I promote it to a variable and then destroy it? do here. I mean, it's definitely going to be valid, but just in case. Can I do this? Nope. Do I have to? Okay, I know what I need to do. I need to like disable the button and then re-enable it. That's the way we do it. So go back. We don't want this. We don't want this. To trigger this to hit again. That's what I need to do. So when we click, we're going to slot button, set enabled to false, and then immediately do it again to true. I bet that fixes it. No. Did it not? Oh, did I not turn that back on? Hold on. I did. Why did it show? Why does it like make it black? Delay. It should probably be less actually, like 0.1. It's 2.05. What are you doing? Okay, how about we set the visibility instead? Oh right, duh. Yeah, that wouldn't work anyway, because this would be non-hit testable is what I'm trying to do. And then back to visible. We don't want to disable the button. That would just make us not be able to click on it. It wouldn't stop us from hovering over it. Ah, it still didn't work though.
Thank you for the follow.
Can we manually call like unhover or something? What if we do like 2 seconds? I don't know what I was expecting. If I like, I don't know. What the heck? How do I force to like unhover? We're asking GBT, hang on. That's not a thing.
Thank you for the follow.
set tooltip. Nope. I don't know. Set is hovered to false. We can try that one, I guess. That's not a thing. Oh, probably on the button. That doesn't let me set it. Custom tooltip handling. Nope. Reset focus. Reset cursor. What does that mean? Resets the cursor to use on the widget, removing any customization for it. I don't know what that means. Focus. Set focus. I can't even like set if it's focusable. I could set focus to self, maybe. Maybe that'll unhover it. I doubt it though. I don't think it's gonna do anything. Yeah. Okay, well, oh no, don't do that. Cancel. None of GPT's suggestions worked. The only other thing I can think is we like destroy the equipment slot and then replace it. That's annoying. I was gonna ask in Unreal Source, but no one even answered my last question, so I guess I won't. Let's see, Unreal Engine. Let's just go old school Google. How to remove tooltip widget. Okay, we're onto something. Find a solution. I have buttons with custom tooltip. When I click buttons, the tooltip stays on screen. Double check you calling this function. Set tooltip. Assigning an empty widget as tooltip. Is that not what I just did? Set tooltip. Oh, maybe I need to do it. Maybe I'm an idiot. Set tooltip. Maybe it's because we didn't do it on the button. Hey, that did it. Duh. We did it on the actual widget, not the tooltip, not the button. Oof. Good old Google. Google did it for us. Sometimes it works. Well, okay, so to be honest, GPT actually did have the right answer. I just did it wrong. For once, right? Okay, that's fixed. We have tooltips working. We could clean up tooltips and make them even better and add the like differences. I kind of think we should just wait. That's a very polished thing. I mean, being polished right now is really handy, but I think it'll be okay for now. What else? Oh, we need to do the goal thing. So let's do that next. Actually, it is almost 3 o'clock. I need lunch. I need to get Abby from school soon, probably. I need to take a break. So let's. Well, I don't know. I guess we did just get raided. I feel like bad leaving already. Kind of contemplating working on a smaller scope game. I assume 6-month project. Was working on an RPG, but it's probably going to take years before I have anything playable. What's your opinion on working game scopes? Yeah, let's talk about this. This will be a good way to wrap up the stream. I am kind of torn right now. Like on the one hand, Swords and Magic was a huge scope game. It started really small and then scoped up into a huge scoped game, which has taken us 7 years. And part of me thinks that's where the money is in game dev for the most part. Like it's pretty easy if you make a big game and it's actually quality. It's pretty easy to make a good chunk of money, right? If you actually have a quality game, and you do the right, marketing and everything, assuming. But the thing is, if it takes you 3 years to build it, I feel like lately the biggest hits, like the biggest games that make the most money. Not that money is what matters, but I guess that depends on your goal too. Like if your goal is money, let's assume your goal is money right now. If it's gonna take you several years to make a game and it makes you 100 grand, or you can make a game every 3 months and make 10 grand, you're kind of at a wash almost, right? It's almost just sort of what would you rather work on? Because I do think sometimes the scope of a game does sort of correlate to how much money you make on it, as long as the quality is still there. If you overscope a game and you just end up releasing hot garbage with a ton of features and a huge world or something, it's still not gonna make any money. So if to get the polish and the quality you need smaller games, then I guess that would be the better way to go. So whatever is going to keep you happiest, right? Get your games out faster, or guarantee a game gets out and make the most money based, the most bang for your buck is what you should do. I like to release hot garbage with a ton of features. I mean, lots of people do. That seems to be a pretty popular way to release games on Steam recently. Or hot garbage with no features, with one feature, is also a thing that seems to happen a lot. I'm working on a game called Seeking Adventure. The Steam page is in review right now, so it'll be up soon. It is a very casual hidden object / search and find game, mixed with an RPG. So you can go to a level here, and you just kind of pan around and look at level. You just click on things to see what you find. Stuff pops out. We just got these tooltips set up, so it's still throwing me off when I see them. And then you have an inventory here. I have a bunch of junk in my inventory, but that's a good example of what it might look like. This is going to be overhauled because I don't really like how this just brown box sits down here, but we'll get there. I'm actually thinking about doing draggable windows. I think that might feel nice if you could just have your stats. You'd have an icon for each one of your inventory, consumables, and equipment and stats. You'd have 4 icons down here, and then the map. You can click them and it would pop up, and you could just click and drag it to wherever you want in the screen, and then it would just save there, and then that's where it would pop up every time. I kind of love that idea. I just don't know what draggable windows is so I haven't got there yet. Anyway, so yeah, so this guy has a quest. If I bring him an apple, he'll give me a potion. So I happen to have a lot of apples, so I can click him and it completes that quest. This is a repeatable quest. I should probably show a little infinite icon or something at the top of that just to show that it's repeatable. I haven't got there yet. Maybe it's not important. This was a quest too, and I got a dagger from it, as you can tell. But I already did that quest, so it's already checked off. Each level is going to have a box at the top, which is actually the next thing I need to work on, with a bunch of goals in it, and then that level will have specific items you're trying to find. So the goals in this level might be this potion, for example, or this dagger, and I might have more. This is just a test level that I just throw stuff together. There's actually other characters and stuff in this level, but they've already been defeated, so they don't show back up because I have the save system's working, which is a good thing. so like say you'd have like 5 goals for each level or something, and then every time you find one of those things, it would just check it off, right? And then each one of those check marks you have would then give you a crystal down here. And then you go back to the map with all your crystals you've collected, and you can unlock new levels with those crystals. So like, let's say I just had this one unlocked, and then it would like cost me like 3 crystals to unlock this one, 8 crystals for this one, like 12 for this one or something. So I did this one, I found 3 things, but I couldn't find the 4th one, and I got bored of it or whatever, so I go back to the map and I can unlock the next level. And now in this level I can find a few more crystals, and then I have like 8, so I can unlock the next one. You don't spend crystals, like they're not disappearing, you just need that many to unlock the next level. So so a more polished level would look something like this. So we come in here, and I have a couple like bandits here I can fight. Here's a chest that I would have unlocked with this guy's key. This guy has a quest for me, she has a quest for me. There's a bear up here, there's some crates, I can find some potions in the crates. So I gotta beat this bear. So I have stats in the bottom left here, and just based on my equipment, my stats change. So as I equip that sword here, it switches my D4, my combat roll, to a D8. So I now roll 1 through 8 instead, and it also gave me +2 in combat. So I have +2. So I roll a D8 +2. So if I go combat this guy down here, this guy has a combat challenge, but the bear up here has a strength challenge. So I need to equip something that gives me +1 or like additional strength. So this armor here gives me more strength. So I equip that, and I have a +1 on my strength score. So now when I try to fight him, I need to roll a 3 or a 4 to beat his strength 4. I rolled a 2 +1. Nope, took some damage. Try again. I rolled a 4 +1, that's 5. I beat him. I got his hide. Yay, I beat the bear. And now I have that hide, so I can go turn in this quest to get a boot. Nice. This is letting me, all these quests are set to repeatable because I just set that up so you can have repeatable quests, so none of them are like set up correctly right now. So I can equip his boots, which gave me some more stamina, which gave me more health. I can drink some potions to heal up a little bit, eat some apples. And then I have more stats, and then I can go fight these guys. Roll a d8, 2 + 3 is 5, so I beat him. He has 2 health, so I have to beat him twice. 7 + 3 is 10, beat him. This guy's gonna be easy. Boom, got him. But he has 3 health, so I have to beat him 3 times. I do a +3, so I can't lose. Cool, beat those guys, and they drop loot when they die. And then this guy wants some carrots. I have 5. Oh, I have 1 carrot. Let's find some more carrots. There's a carrot. And then I got his loot. And that shows the stats there too. Yeah, that's the game. In a nutshell, that's like basically the whole game. There's gonna be more like bosses and more enemy types, and there's gonna be a bunch of like, I want to do some puzzle kind of things where you have to like, I don't know, like unlock different things, maybe in like a different sequence or whatever to like open things. I don't know. There's gonna be more features that I want to add along the way, but the game launches in like 54 days. So, you like the core loop? Thank you. Thanks. My goal is to get a demo out for Next Fest, which is on February 24th or something. I think, I can't remember. So that's my goal for right now. Interesting. All of these are like, oh, never mind. So my goal right now is to like, get a demo done, and then I want to launch directly after Next Fest, so it's still fresh in everyone's mind who played it, so they'll know like, hey, I played this game, it's pretty cool, I'll wishlist it, and then they'll see on the page like, oh, this comes out in just a few days, and then when they get the email saying, hey, this game came out that you have wishlisted, they'll be like, oh yeah, I wanted to get that, and then they'll buy it right away. It's also going to be under $10, like that's the goal anyway. I'm thinking $8, maybe less depending on how much content I get in. If I don't get any like puzzles and stuff like that in, then I'll probably keep it at like $5, maybe even less. But I figure the goal is like, if it's a low enough a number that they played it and liked the demo and they wishlisted it, then when the game launches just a few days later, it'll be fresh enough on their minds that they're going to be like, yeah, you know what, it's only a few bucks, I'm going to buy it. That's the goal. And then we're planning on doing a big marketing campaign where we push out a bunch of emails to a bunch of streamers and YouTubers and stuff, obviously. The game's kind of like a mix between like Hidden Folks and like an RPG, so like maybe like D&D or whatever. So we're going to probably be targeting a lot of streamers and YouTubers who played Hidden Folks or similar games. So that's kind of the goal right now. So when the Steam page launches in hopefully a couple days, it's already been submitted. It got denied, and I'm waiting for it to like get approved again. Let's actually go check and see what it has, because you never know. Nope, still waiting. But when it gets approved, there was only one issue, and I definitely fixed that issue. When it gets approved, I'll be posting about it on Discord. I'm probably gonna make a devlog. I'll probably work on a devlog here real soon. Unfortunately, I don't have footage of any of the early stuff, so I'm gonna have to just. It'll be fine. I can just show like some of the, like I made my own art originally, and I was like, this is just gonna take a long time to make all this art, and I don't really like it. And I'm not really enjoying the process, so I'm probably not gonna do that. But I'm gonna have to make some custom art anyway, but that's fine. But yeah, so yeah, I plan on doing a devlog, and I'll probably like show off some of the old art and show off like just some like bare bones levels or whatever, and then show off the new features. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But I'll probably just do a devlog. I'm probably gonna do like 1 or 2 devlogs. That's it. I heard Chris Sikowski talk about this. I believe he wouldn't recommend launching directly after Next Fest. Oh, really? I thought he did. I swear I saw he said he did recommend launching directly after. I mean, I have no problem waiting. If the game is... I could be mistaken too, Animosity. But I appreciate you bringing it up, because now I'm going to go look into it more, and maybe that'll change my plans. It's not a huge deal if I don't. I want the game like finished by then anyway. So honestly, what might happen is if Next Fest doesn't bring in enough wish lists, and our marketing attempts don't bring enough wish lists by then I will probably delay it anyway, until we can build up some more hype around it. Because I want at least like 5,000 to 10,000 wish lists, right, before we launch. I'm expecting, I want like $10,000 net out of this game, which seems like a lot of money, but I've launched, you know, my previous game, which made a lot more than that, and I feel like I have an existing audience already to market to, who will, I think the majority of them will buy the game because they've all bought my other RPG. So I feel like this is a good like little, like, you know, a bite-size RPG sort of experience that's going to be kind of fun and interesting, and it's going to be pretty, you know, low risk like investment. It's not like you're spending $25 on it like you're on my other game. So I feel like I don't think it'll be a problem making that money. If it makes more, fantastic, but 10K is like what I'm looking for, just to like pay the bills and cover the development time that I spent on it. And then what's next, I don't know. Which is kind of what I love about this development cycle for this game, is that this is definitely the shortest game project I've ever made and released. Obviously, I've only released one game, but I'm really excited about the idea that I'm going to finish this very soon, and then release it, and then like the world is my oyster, you know, like it's like, well, what do I do next? I don't know, like whatever I want to do. I mean, I've got to keep working on Swords and Magic. We'll be still chipping away at that, but I'm just at the point now where I've just accepted the fact that I'm going to be making other games, and Swords and Magic is just going to be like this underlying passion project that I just keep toying with and working on until it's finished. So hopefully no one else has a problem with that. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm enjoying that like strategy, I guess. Anyway, we should ask. I asked GPT what Chris Zukowski's take is on releasing directly after Next Fest. Chris has some interesting insights on this. He noticed that many developers aim to release during the gap between major Steam events like Next Fest and the Summer Sale. The idea is to ride the wave of momentum from the festival. However, the strategy might not be as advantageous as it seems. During this gap, there's a surge in game releases, leading to increased competition for visibility on Steam's popular upcoming and new and trending charts. With only 10 slots available on the popular upcoming chart, your game could easily be crowded by other games with similar hype levels. Bukowski's analysis suggests that games launched during this period don't necessarily see a significant boost in sales. Instead of focusing solely on timing, he recommends building a substantial number of wish lists before launch, ensuring your game sells enough units at launch to appear in the new and trending tab, choosing the right genre based on the market analysis rather than personal preference. Well, yeah, that's a big one. And this may or may not be the right market also. I don't know. I know this is kind of this could be a swing and a miss, but it's definitely a swing. This is entirely gauged on like Hidden Folks did really well. But there's a like 20,000 freaking like find the hidden cats games all over Steam. In fact, I'm pretty sure Chris Bukowski actually talks about that in that genre and how it's like totally flooded with like tons of hidden cat games. And you know, I'm kind of up in the air about it. I don't know if this is actually going to do well or not because of that. But my idea was like, as long as it's quality, like the hidden cats games are literally just like a black and white like coloring book page with cats in it. You click and they color, right? That's literally the whole game. So I feel like my idea was like, imagine a Hidden Folks or like a hidden object game like that, where you actually bring some gamification to the table. So there's actually a game. It's not just a toy to click on, but it's just like actually a game to go through, and like, you know, actually like there's somewhat of like a challenge or like something, right? And like the most challenging thing here is like, what should I equip to defeat this guy, right? Or like whatever. Like there's some bad guys here. Let's go to this level. Like, oh, I don't have any challenges on this level either. Whatever. There's a bad guy here. Like, what should I equip to beat him? Because I need like an 8 strength or whatever. And then you have to like find the right equipment, and that's like all there is to it. And you might have some consumables. You will have some consumables that like increase stats and stuff too for like while you're in the level. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. But anyway, let's go raid somebody because I need some food and I need a break. And then I'm going to come back and work some more, but I probably will not be streaming that. I don't see anyone. Oh, this guy? Sure. We'll raid Grogdev. Okay, you guys are the best. Thank you for hanging out today. I appreciate it. I will be posting on my Discord as soon as... Hey, you're welcome, CM Simpson. Thanks for coming in. There's a Discord link. If you are on the Discord, you will see when this Steam page goes live, and you can go wishlist it, and that would help me out. It would help me out more if you bought the game when it came out, but you know, that's up to you. I guess it's up to you if you wishlist it as well. I'm not forcing anyone's hand here. But yeah, it'll be soon. It's gonna be soon. And I'm excited about it, and I hope that everyone likes it. If you want to play the game now, if you're like, yeah, like you can sign up on my Patreon, and I'm actually giving away keys on the Patreon to the game, so you'll get free access to the game there. It is $15 a month on Patreon, so you're going to pay more than the cost of the game, but you'll get like early access, and you'll get like the full game for life because you'll get a key. And you also get like early access to like other secret sneak peek stuff about Swords of Magic and everything too, if you're interested in that. Yeah, so check it out. And I will catch you guys later. We'll probably also be looking for some testers here soon too, so if you're interested in that, that would be cool. But yeah, let's go to this page. I will be back on Tuesday at the latest, so I'll probably see you guys then. So have a good day or evening or weekend or whatever you're having. Thanks for coming in. Bye.